It's crack-a-lackin'. Right. Manchester City versus Liverpool. How are we? Already 155 view through before I even started. Right, lads, to the follow. Who's the new follower? I see that here? Can't see it. Really? Well, how's it going? It's Man City's turn to pay homage to the Poppy. So we'll respect that. But while we're at it, before we start, because I'm not doing a silence or anything like that yet, they forgot the Liverpool logo on their one. That's a bit strange. Teams. Right, Liverpool, Mama and Donnarumma for City. In the defence, we have Nunez, Diaz, Gavardiol and O'Reilly for City, and we have Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson for Liverpool. Midfield, Silva, Gonzalez and Foden. And we've got SZOBO, Gravenberch and McAllister for Liverpool. Up front, we got Ryan Cherky, Erling Haaland and Jeremy Doku for Man City. And for Liverpool, we have Salah, EKITIKE and Florian Wirtz. Right, if you can't see my predictions, they're right there on the screen, Rary. They're just literally below here. That's what I put down. My God, why is this stuff freezing? Hang on a second. Let me try this. I just bang onto this. Might be better. Everything's messing up here at the moment. Oh man, this is just, the app is, because the game is so big, the app is just buffering all the time now. It's not my bloody internet anyway, I can tell you that. Speed test, we'll bang that up there. Let me hit it. Just a minute or so to kick off. Ping is good. Download is good. Downloads over 900. That's only to that. Why am I going to? There you go. Yeah, this should be the same. This should be faster again. Yeah, do that. Yeah, should be no issues. For some reason, the apps themselves will overload. Why did they create this HD and 4K technology if they can't even host it to people that have really good internet? It makes no sense. Mark, how's it going? Have you all your pop-ups working? This should be working. They're popping up here in it. Why is that not working there? Try that there again, Mark. It's not coming on here on Social Ninja Chat for some reason. And you're on... Oh, that's why. Right, thank you for telling me that. Because I didn't pop out the chat on YouTube. And that's why it's not working. Thank you, Mark. How's it going, everybody? I will catch up with the chat then. Give me a second, lads, if you don't mind. Predictions. Oh, sorry, my bad. How's it going, everybody? Mark. Emmanuel says Man City. What about him? If you're going for Man City, just say I'm going for Man City. Random stuff. Hopefully it stays on here now and there's no freaking issues. Turn down the volume of that. Put the chat over to here. DC says Haaland making VVD twerk hard today. Well, if he does, it's taken him a few years to do so. Because Haaland's done nothing against us for years. Okay, now. Thank you for the follow. For the, all the follows so far, thank you very much. That should work now, Matt. So if you set a chat into YouTube, it should work now. Liverpool about to kick off. So this over here. Remember, lads, stay on the same time as me. The mods will ban you. Boom, we're away. Virgil knocks it up. And I have no idea what you're on about. This is already buffering like a mofo. Hang on. Okay. Let's not do this. Let's go back. It's already bloody freezing. What? Let me just. And there you go. Done. What's he mean cash this time? What the fuck is the animal? Is that what fellas like that do? They think it's funny to come in and pretend that somebody's doing something bad, and stupid people believe them. That makes no sense to me. Grow up, fella. Oh God, this is awful today. Yeah, the buffering in the apps are awful today. Awful. Like, why do people pay for this? No wonder people go dodgy. Thank you for the follow, Azang. Naked CSS SAK. Thank you for the follow. That's it. Brilliant. Oh. That ours? Well done. Not a free. Is it Oliver? He's going to be soft today. He's gotten softer and softer as time has gone on, man. Used to be a good ref. He was probably one of the top one in the country, but now he's just becoming complacent. Cheers, lads. Over 3,000 of you through already. Cash, thank you for sharing the live. And am I missing people on this side? Let's see. There it is. Okay. There you go. Shape is looking good. That's it. Well done. Whoa. There you go. Well done. Well done. It's nice clearance. Oh shit, that's still bloody up. Teams. Man, this is loading again. It is going to be absolutely impossible. What is that doing there? Yeah. There we go. My time is behind the actual time that I'm on. It keeps jumping back and jumping forward. Ano SZOBO? Well, if it goes like this, then yeah. Need to pressure on exactly, man. And Rise Brahim, thank you for sharing the live. Well done. The line. WIRTZ. Florian WIRTZ, brilliant. Ah, lucky. Oh. We got sold there on that time. So, let's just remember you from last week. I don't know, but the names I can't sometimes. Can't see. But usually if you're in every week, I remember it. Johnny, thank you for the follow. There you go. Yeah, they're stepping up then. You have to watch them. Pressure's on. And then. I recognize the name Finland, though, Chris. Guys, how's it going? See, like, guys. Go on. Whoa. Oh. Unlucky. Salah looks hungry. Alone. Brilliant. Bradley. MACCA. Gravenberch. MACCA. Back to Gravenberch. Gonna go back to Ibu. Gravenberch. Ibu City with a pressurized high state. This means we could bypass that like we did Madrid. It'd be a good outcome. And then Lamba. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Jesus, Kanate! No. 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 He's beating it off him. Jesus. Ibu just got in the way of Bradley there. How did the goalkeeper do that? No. They're looking at it. Dunno. You see now. Yeah. Kanate. Oh, what did Kanate do there, man? Not touch him. Didn't touch him at all. Yeah. No, didn't touch it. He moved his leg out of the way. That can't be a penalty kick. What? That can't be a penalty. Let me see this. Goalkeeper missed it. No. Watch it. Pulls his knee away. That's nothing. It's not touched it. He didn't touch him. If anything, they just brush off each other like that. That makes no sense. That's like the toy. Like, I'm talking hairs to hairs. You can't give a penalty for that, man. That's not realistic. You have to bring realism into the game as well. Like, there's a hit, a touch, and then there's a fucking. That's not a penalty. That's too easy for. That's too harsh for a penalty. Way too harsh. The contact's not enough. He's given a penalty. You bottled it, Kavanagh. He's rattling when he's saying it as well. He was about to say something different and then he just went, oh, I'll change my mind. Come on, Mama. That's a joke. That's like, that was all started by... Yeah, he did. Like the initial challenge, he pulled out of the way. It's a ridiculous decision. It's a ridiculous decision. Man, if your man can't handle refereeing a game like this, why is he there? Haaland to step up for the penalty. He bottled it, man. He bottled it. He's bottling the penalty as well. That's what I think. Come on, Mama. Saved! Get him, Mama! Deserved. Deserved. Yes, Giorgio. Salty, you really have to read, bud. In the big black area, it's showing big yellow things. Ask to show a game, you get banned. Stop asking. Anu, thank you for the follow. Great save. Haaland hates playing against us, man. No. That's it now, lads. Go on. Our ref. Remember now, lads, you can see the Cavan is going to give everything soft, so go over at every opportunity. Well done. Well done, more. Free. Well done. Well done, more. That's what you do. Take fouls off of Riley. Riley's a young fella. He's going to smack into the Salah all day long. And he'll give away foul after foul, get the yellow card, and then he'll rattle himself. Well done. Bradley already playing well. Yeah, that shouldn't have even been a penalty, man. Show it from the side where the foot touches the thing, and I bet you see his foot going into the floor like that. There was no contact there. It was the deserved save and the deserved miss. And Haaland doesn't like going soft to the same side as his foot. He always goes across. Hello, Mama. Ball inside. Oh. Well done. Oh, it's isolate. Oh, ref! Yellow card! Oh, come on! That has to be a terrible foul. Straight up the shins. Fucking hate Bernardo Silva, man. He's a little rat. Yeah. It's a yellow card tackle. Should be a yellow card for that straight away. He gives a penalty for no touch. Doesn't give a yellow card for Bernardo Silva taking over Van Dijk. Classic. I'll change the time there, guys, because my lads, remember, spoilers in chat will get you banned by the. Oh wait, no. Actually, if I pause it there, go up one, down that. I'll start at 15:20 there now. Or maybe even 15:15. Yeah. We're ready. Now we're on the right time. Jesus, let's. Oh. Oh, somebody got blocked. Somebody tried to spoil, I think. He will be quicker on the ball, man. Mama. Ibu. Ball. Ah. Almost taken down least to be Salah. Ibu. Goes. Alone. Ah, come on. Oh, that's too easy. Ooh. Corner. Alone. Sit. Like, am I on the right time there, or does somebody try and spoil a goal, but then nothing happened 2 minutes later? Oh, man. Off running. Shocking. Don't mind if it reloads that fast. One more. You have him? Well done. Well done, Brads. Inside. Well done. I'll just say for Mama, that's what he had to do. That is when the load that pin the first. Exactly, but it shouldn't have been a load, Sab. Welcome, by the way. Well done. Outside. Well done. Fierce inside. Look at EKITIKE make the run. Ah. Go on, Robertson. Yes. Eki. Well done. Robertson. Callister. Ibu. Oh my god, man, this is wrecking my head. The amount of times this app is freezing is nuts. That's too slow as well. Man. We got Gravenberch. Salah. MACCA. Behind. Go on. Take commands more. Ball. So it's like, oh. Ooh. Come on, we're all over him there now. What's he blowing up for? Riley. Injured. Yeah. His calf is after tearing, I'd say, on the side. It's tight. Who've they got to go onto that side? Zinchenko's gone, doesn't he? Who's the left back in that side again? Every time you look at Pep, why is he always picking his nose? Dude is always picking his nose. 11,000 of you through the stream already, guys. Nearly 2,500 likes. Appreciate it. You see Liverpool are playing Woeful. We're on the up there now, but we didn't even get going yet. Sometimes I don't think people are watching the same game. I think they just see like certain moments from one team and then just don't pay attention to the other team whatsoever. It's like hopeful comments, you know? They just say hopeful things. That's all, yeah. Once you get that final pass going, look well, you know, for the last 10 minutes. So. Man, if it takes you 10, 15 minutes to get into, or even 20 minutes to get into a game at sea and then go on from there. Oh, they're not playing good. I didn't say they were playing good. Look at that. That should have been a free there. But I'm saying I can see the consistency starting. That's what I'm saying. But they're not playing woeful. Just a lot of pressure from City. City are playing at home. They're going to be on fire. They're going to push the ball behind. As long as they don't turn us over and we keep leaking chances. That's woeful. Verge. Ball out over the top. Great ball. Oh, almost. If we start putting the pressure on and not leaving gaps in the midfield for them to pass through, when City like to pass forward, back, and then in. And when they do that, if there's somebody always available there, that's when they play well. If there's nobody available there and there's pressure put on them, City lose the plot. One more. Oh, whoa! How is it going out? Vardial hurt his left leg. KLV giving it thing, I don't know what that means. When you put emojis in, lads, you can assume that I don't know what the hell they mean unless they're just smiling, crying, or laughing. The rest of them I don't care about. I don't speak in emojis. That's not going out of play. That's not going out of play. Aye. Spoil. Don't you spoil, Sabby. Jesus Christ almighty. You're ahead of me. Actually, the clock is ahead, actually. The clock is ahead in this, and we go ahead. Yeah, I think we're nearly there. Yeah, we're the same now. There you go. I'll go up there. It's better. I know you went. Loki, to lads, don't be sharing anything like that in my chat. I'm sorry, dude. Can't do that. Seriously, lads, anybody types in any places like that to watch the game, you know, you should be able to search and do that yourself and decide It's not my place to, or not my channel to show you. I see, this is why it's called a watch-along, Eric, because you're supposed to watch it at the same time as me, and then we're supposed to chat about it. I'm not a commentator, you know? If you want the commentator, you turn on the radio. Every so often I mention stuff like that, but that's about it. Oof. Yeah, Daku's on the attack for City. Well done, Bradley. Well done, Bradley. Ooh, save. Let me guess, Fozzie. United? Well done, Ibu. Look for, oh yes. Ah, Salah, you got it. I'm going to say well done, Salah and Foden. Well done, WIRTZ. Well done, WIRTZ. Oh my God, he made a mug of the two of them. That has to be a yellow card, 100% a yellow card. WIRTZ has just made an absolute fool out of Nico and Bernardo Silva. Oh, Bernardo grabbed it. He's getting a yellow card too. That's a double grab. Look, Bernardo Silva grabbed, so the thing, they both of them grabbed. Yeah, oh yeah. Salah's outstanding. So fair. Go on, here we go. Bradley. Oh. Well, what? Go on. Make him rashly kick it out. Well done. Grav. They got out of that very well, City. Ollie, a bit better there in the last few minutes, but you know, with City, they can one counter attack and score, but whether they can sustain that, because they're normally poorer in the second half. So that's what whatever happens at half time in this game, I think the second half is going to tell a lot. Oh, it's going to be... Oh, Ibu! Haaland scored. He eventually got one. That is poor by Ibu. Poor by Ibu. Aye. Thank you for the follow, Niall. Oh, by the way, people with the name user, I don't call out your things. If you can't use your real name on live, I never talk to you. Anyway. Yeah. That's what is he? How is Ibu going half step up there? He should be clearing that so easily. Clips off Ibu. That's so lucky. Oh my God, it clips off Ibu's head and goes over the keeper. Lucky. I was switch, should have said the left back. Cross didn't come in, yeah. Let's go. That's alright. We haven't even gotten going yet, let's. No, you're completely wrong, bud. There's no all over. They've been the better side, but they haven't been all over anybody. We haven't got the space in the middle sorted. Well done, mama. You have to watch them when they get a bit of momentum, though, City. There we go. WIRTZ. I shoot. Oh. Exactly, Smithy. It's 1-0 radio edit. Literally right there. Come on. There we go, SZOBO. EKITIKE. Ooh. Noel, if that's the only kind of like, you can't say that the team are finished when we literally beat Real Madrid midweek, beat a Villa side that's on the bounce, and that Real Madrid side had 15 out of 16 games won. We just haven't started in this game yet. Can't turn around and say a team is finished, man. It makes no sense and makes you look stupid. And this, it's easy, Jack. I won't even tell you, mate. Come in with knowledgeable football comments and we'll talk. Arsenal don't have the league, Noel. Arsenal are the kings of battle jobs. At the moment, they are, Hush. You're right. They're better than us at the moment in the game. But they're at home, like. It's just, City aren't a great team in second half. So we just need to up our game second half. That's it. No, but listen, no, you battle it every year. You know, Arsenal didn't get above 84 points more than 3 times in the last 26 years. That's what it requires, man. It requires up past 87 points to win these leagues. I'm using sense, logic, and stats. So you can say what you like. Arsenal have had better starts even to their leagues. Even in the year that they came second to City, they had a better start than what they did this season. So don't turn around and say that they can't battle it, because they can easily. Del boy, we don't have to do emojis here, buddy. The mods are probably going to ban you. Oh, I still believe Liverpool can win it, Noel. Last year we went 5 without a win and then just walked the league. So even if we were to do it now, which is the 5 or 6, there's still an opportunity for us to be in there within 4 points at the last 3 games. Connect is inconsistently, yeah, you're right. Foden's playing well, Joseph. He's playing okay. It's a strange goal the City are 1-0 up from, though. It's poor from Ibu, and then the deflection gets the ball looping over Marmarashvili. So what's in the spaces? There you go, Ibu. Up the line now. Up the line. That Grav dropping back there. How would you say WIRTZ is terrible? He's been one of our better players. Go on. I don't know how you can say he's terrible, man. Team-wise, they have been, yeah. You're getting banned, buddy. It literally says that they're asked to show the game and you're banned. Like, you can't be, none of you can be that stupid, really, can you? You really can't, like. It was Anto. Oh. So where was the second yellow for Bernardo Silva earlier? When the two of them dragged him back. Big lips, somebody who talks like that, man. Somebody who talks like that, dude, and doesn't understand how Liverpool works. You're getting banked. You're getting no entertainment here, like me. So, I just want to talk about football here, lads. I have no problem with people coming in talking stats, facts, and proper football. But somebody coming in calling the team liver shite and Manchester and all this kind of shit, man, is a child that doesn't have the mental capacity to talk about football. So you won't ever get attention off me from that. Ever. Well done. Callister. Look at that. The high line from City is nuts. Chiesa 92-minute winner. Raphael, take that, dude. Next goal is huge. Says Spencer. Spencer, how's it going, by the way, man? I didn't say hello while ago when I seen you pop in. I banned them all. Yeah, well, do you know what? Liverpool are playing well. Or City are playing well. I should give them that. So we just need to up our game a small bit. I think because of the pace the City's passing, it might be a lot for Robbo or whatnot, you know. So come here. Sobersley. Great ball in. Oh, it goes to Salah. Salah. Get a corner out of it. Well done. Come on now, Virgil. Step up here, lads. Don't, if anybody puts into the chat, I'm not looking, Mark, so don't ban anybody, or just unban them if they've been doing well. Just give them a warning. Especially if they're Liverpool fans. Guys, remember, if you spoil before I see it, the moderators will ban you before I see it. So don't put it in chat until I've reacted. Come on, now, Virg. Come on. Ibu, redeem yourself. Salah's with the corner. Salah. Virg, what a goal! Get in! What a header. What a header. I told ya. Get in. Is it? Wait, what did they do now? Why did they still own it? What are you doing a check for? Offside for who? Hang on, let me have a look. Ah, Robert's not in the way of the goalkeeper. Hey, that's not a disallowed goal. He's not nowhere near Donnarumma blocking him. He can see that header the whole way. Nah. That's no way is that offside. That's disgraceful. That's disgraceful. How can they ban that? The amount of times last season that we got done from that, where it was given a goal because they said it was a bit to the, remember when they said that we were that one of our players was blocking in the Aston Villa game and another game was Brighton game. Terrible, terrible decision. Terrible. Terrible decision, lads. He has to be impeding with the goalkeeper. He's nowhere near the goalkeeper. Like, how is the player supposed to get out of the way? Just go on and beat him properly. Well done, MACCA. Lads, anybody who said that's offside all day is a muppet. You haven't got a clue. You're just saying it for the sake of saying it. You haven't a notion. That's wrong. That's a wrong decision. No, he wasn't impeding the goalkeeper in any way. He was standing over in the corner of the box and he ducks down. The keeper had all day long to get to it. He could see the ball the whole way. The whole way. He had a clear sight. Even Gary Neville, the faithful Mank, is saying that that's no way offside. You don't even go to Anfield, armchair fan. Mark Richmond, I have 3 hospitality season tickets. I've just finished having an operation, right, where I can't fly or travel for the next... my next game is Inter Milan away, you muppet. Talk shit again. You're a fucking armchair supporter. Otherwise you wouldn't be on TikTok watching other people watching football. Right. No, you can fuck off with your tail between your legs and Middlesbrough, boy. Has to be a goal. Wasn't even a pen. Exactly. That's just saying the 2 decisions were awful so far. But it shows we're getting in there anyway. Salah's on. Salah's on. He's onside. Salah. Look at WIRTZ. WIRTZ! MACCA! Oh, lucky. Come on, we're all over him. Well done, Mama. Oh, we always getting ref decisions, Fruit. I could probably show you. Like, if you look at the VAR decisions over the last few seasons, Liverpool has an average over 4 seasons of -3. United had the most for 3 seasons in a row at +13, +15, +11, and then the season before that they had -4, which gave them a balance. You know, you're talking City had the most. Wolves had brilliant one season, none the next season. I know all the VAR decisions, man, so there's no point in talking shit to me saying that there's Liverpool this and that when they haven't been at all. Liverpool have been, I think, 17th, 16th. I'd have to go over it now in the last few weeks in VAR decisions going for us in our favour. So, BXBS, you can say you love a Scouse accent all you want because a Scouse accent comes from Ireland, dude. A nice one anyway. If you didn't think Scousers are Irish, the whole city is 92% Irish descendancy. Learn the history, man, before you talk shit about Irish. Anyway, Adrian, thank you for the follow. Radio Dude, thank you for the follow. So, ISAK got another chance. No chance. Well done, Robber. Yeah, Mickey, tell you that, unbelievable shocking decisions. 150 mil for which? I say you want to be wiping your opinion with your own name there, kid. And I'll take, I can't afford to take a little on a season. Exactly, Sabby. But you don't care. You know what I mean? These boys just talk a lot of shit saying amateur this and amateur that. Alright. Salah was ISAK because he hasn't got a pre-season under his belt. So but we knew that. We knew that ISAK wouldn't be doing anything for the... I said this at the start. If ISAK signs on the last day of the season with no pre-season, then you're talking... You're not going to see him until January, February before you see the real ISAK. Or even anywhere near 65% of ISAK. Toilet paper, that instance alone, you've just made yourself look like an idiot when I've just explained that Liverpool have been 16th or 17th in the past I don't know how many years since VAR started for VAR decisions going our way. It's a stupid comment. Manchester United have actually been one of the top 3. Wolves was another one. City around 4th. I think the most has been yeah, I don't know if it's been he's bottled it, Ted. Oh yeah, ISAK would be better suited to United, Sesko, Liverpool. Nah. No, not yet. ISAK would still come good there, don't worry. You thought it was a Geordie. No. It's just, that's a Cork accent, man. There you go. Ooh. City are passing well. Minutes 7 extra minutes. Ooh, somebody got blocked. Couple of people got blocked. Nice one, lads. BX Babs. So Riley was down for 3.5 minutes. The VAR checks went on for over 4.5 minutes. So that's 8 minutes right there. So the fact that they only gave 7 minutes is probably less than what's on the clock. Man, use your brain, the kid. Stoppages are stoppages. Somebody informs the referee in his ear that we're now hitting the 45-minute mark. He looks and says, ooh. He looks and sees, oh, I've got 7 minutes left, so bang. Minimum 7 minutes. Hey, Dean. Jordy's don't sound that daft. Is that it? You sound daft, man, because you came in here and just got schooled calling me a fellow who doesn't go to games when I've been to over 300. Have you been to 300 Middlesbrough games, have you? I doubt you have. Because what are you, about 16, 17? My box was... Yeah, they said that Robbo was offside when he was nowhere near offside. Even the commentators were saying it there as well. Well done. Ooh. Even if we were to go 2-0 down here or anything like that, it's the second half for Liverpool is the thing, you know. City are playing well though. Oh, another deflection. 2 deflections. 2 deflections that got him a goal. Anybody who's put the score into the chat there as well, Mark, before I seen that, ban them all. Instantly. Ah, deflection, man. 2 deflections in a row. Special K, why aren't you at the game, dude? If you're shouting Blue Moon. Surely. As a fella coming into another fella's chat talking shit, why aren't you at the game? If you're a Man City fan. No, we'll score alright. City aren't great in the defence, man. Once we get going, they're not great in defence. So what are you saying, Blue Moon, then? Why would you sing some other team's song? Makes no sense. Josh? That's by the... Liverpool founded by the orange order. No, actually there was only one orange man in there, Bertie. And actually Everton were founded by Methodists as well as a handful of Irish people. Irish people founded both clubs, dude. You know, you got John Holden, who was the guy that ran that club, and then you had the whole team around him, and all the people that were investing from ships and stuff like that, all Irish. All Irish, dude. Irish and Scots. So before you say that Everton or Liverpool are both, the city itself is 92% Irish, man. You know? So regardless of who they are, go on, WIRTZ. Oh, lucky. Yeah, we've been poor 1-1. That needs to change second half. Lead both goals were. Even Haaland's first header was a thing, and Van Dijk's goal should have stood. Well done, Brads. Will Gallagher knew how am I a glory hunting fan, dude? I've been supporting since 1985. What do you want about, boy? So you're telling me that I'm glory hunting after staying with Liverpool from the 90s and all the 2000s and all of that? What are you talking about, you dope? And I have 3 season tickets. Everton split from one of them, John Mahon, a liberal advocating for Irish home rule. So you know, one dude out of how many? Everton split from. Everton just wouldn't pay the rent because they never owned Anfield. That's the difference you have to understand. Everton, even though they played in Anfield, never owned it, so it was never their stadium to begin with. Liverpool owned their stadium after Hoolan took over. I know Everton's history. I know Liverpool's history. I know fucking Tranmere's history. You learn about other teams before you start talking shit and chat about them. The whole city, Liverpool, the population in 1840, 200,000 people. The population in 1848, 1.7 million people. In a few years, 1.4 million people came through from Ireland, completely dominated the population, procreated. Loads moved on. The current population of Liverpool at the moment is 500,000, 92% Irish. So regardless of who was there or who was statured as the next level Englishman, they're all Irish. Lads, you're either going to come in and talk to me about football. I have no problem debating about history and stuff like that, but if you come in with just names and stupid, low IQ, like childish names like Manchester United and Livershite and all this, you'll get banned instantly. Instantly, I won't even entertain it because you're children. Half time, lads. City playing well. What am I missing up? Liverpool so bad. Just need to get caught. Well, we haven't been given any favours by the ref. They got a penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty, and I hope they go back and look at it where there's no touch, because only looking at it from that angle, but they're not looking at it from this. There was no touch, and Robbo was not offside at all. He wasn't interfering with play. He wasn't blocking the goalkeeper. He wasn't interfering. The pat from where the ball went into that corner, nobody was being blocked. Anyway, anybody chatting with the name user as well, you will get banned instantly, because if you don't use your real name or your real handle in the chat, the mods will ban you, because I don't reply to people that just say user in their name. Ball all of these and nothing. I'm still on track. Why would you ever think Liverpool could win? Because we're playing positively, you know. But at the moment, it's the midfield that there's no cohesion in there, and the spaces, and City with the overlapping step-ins is what's causing us hassle. So I think Slot will counteract that in the second half, and if he does, we'll see a better half from us. Whether we win it or not, I don't know. But anyway. Jesus, there's 50 odd new messages there. I have to have a look. Over 20,000 of you through the chat so far. It wasn't offside, dude. When you're saying it was always offside, it wasn't offside. Explain how he's offside. Did he touch the ball in an offside position? Did he interfere with the goalkeeper in an offside position? No, it's not offside. That's anybody who uses emojis as well in chat. Just I have to leave people know the list. People who don't talk and if you want to have banter with me, have banter away. But if you're just using emojis and you're not doing anything, you won't be back again. That's just the way it works. Especially because I am hard, kid. I'm fucking well hard. Only going through the motions. That's just a user comment. All the time, the rules we were going. Lee, look, if anybody says that's an offside or an idiot, it's that simple. And that wasn't a penalty, and I hope they showed a different angle from that replay. So Liverpool support them. No, they don't. What they on? No, they don't. Manchester City do not support Everton whatsoever. Not at all. Even in the area where Everton used to live, there's more Liverpool fans in that area alone than there is Everton supporters. A lot of Everton supporters as well are based out in Runcorn. If you want to add them into the city. Anyway. Users usually get blocked, so I won't be seeing them. No, Darcy, we haven't played well, but the decisions for the goals against VVD ruled out, and the penalty, even though they didn't score, which was rightfully so, was wrong. They were wrong. Anyway, where am I at? Oh yeah, my prediction is long wrong. Okay. That's wrong as well, Bertie. Ronnie Whelan wasn't the first Irish Catholic to play for Liverpool. That's so wrong, it's not even out there, man. Like, you're talking absolute wallop now. Anyway. Pathetic attempt at the second goal. Doku's playing well, Robert. That's even that. All about Liverpool fans came after. You could like say something that's, you know, objective, talk about football, you know what I mean? It's not offside in here. Whose view did he block, Mikey Lennon? Whose view did Robertson block? You're watching the same thing on camera here, right? He didn't block anybody's view, and Donnarumma wasn't getting anywhere near the ball anyway. So birthday on support Cork City. I don't want to. My uncle's been on the board there for years though, but I don't want to. What do you mean? I just go follow them because of what? I've always been a Liverpool fan. My father's before me, my mother's before me, my grandparents before that. That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. And no touch. That's not a penalty. I did check the rules, Pat. He has to be interfering with play. I'd like to know where he's interfering with play. I have no idea who Jonathan Morley is. Who's he? See, you're after going from now, not Bertie. You're after going from giving out about the fact that you've been wrong every single time about the history of Liverpool to now just telling me to go and support the team at home. So that's where your banter fails now. You see, this is what happens to people when they try to interject and talk to me about football. They'll end up always going to name call them or telling me to follow local. And if they do that, then, you know, that's the India. Yeah. No, he's not interfering. He's not blocking Doku. He's not blocking Donnarumma. We hear this. A player would be penalised if they were preventing an opponent from playing or being able to play the ball by clearly obstructing the opponent's line of vision. That didn't happen. Or challenging opponent for the ball. Didn't happen. Clearly attempting to play the ball, which is close, when this action impacts on an important or thing. That didn't happen. None of them. So where is he? Where's the obvious action? Yeah, Mika Richards, absolutely harsh. That's not an offside. Imagine everybody else is saying it's an offside, but just the referees on the pitch. Imagine that. Obviously, rival fans in this chat are going to say that. Yeah, we all love football the same. You're right, Macca. It is sloppy defended, but it's also unlucky because it is a deflection, 2 deflective goals. We all love football. Totally agree. Dam says the refs keeps going Liverpool's way. How is they going Liverpool's way? What are you on about, man? City winning against 12 players. You are kidding me right now, aren't you? You clearly have not watched any incident of this game. Well, Nuffy, thank you for the follow. I don't know, Cairns. I said we're all saying, every one of us except for a couple of idiots in the chat are all saying the same thing. Anywhere I'm looking online as well, going, how have Liverpool not been given that goal? And even they went over the rules as well here, even on Sky Sports, and they said Michael Richards, Gary Neville, a whole lot of them that are anti-Liverpool have all said that the goal should have stood. So it should be 2-1 right now, which is right. You know, City deserved the 2 goals, even though they reflected. They've still been the better side. So, but that goal should have stood. And yeah. Oh, Darcy, will you stop repeating yourself, man? Fucking hell, dude. We're telling you, everybody's saying that it's not offside. Use your brain, and just because they've just given that offside doesn't mean that it was actually the right call. You know what I mean? It wasn't the right call. Fuck's sake. Do on, Viola. Twin that. Alex, thank you for the follow. Oh, Donnarumma's seen everything, man. The whole, like, Donnarumma, there's no way he was getting to the ball. The header was so good. I looked as well, and I could see Robbo in an offside position, and, like, if that was me realising that, the first thing I would say is, shit, Robbo's offside. And you know me on here, I said, I hope Robbo's not offside. But in that, I could see that he was standing in an offside position, but it's not offside because he's not interfering with the play. And he's not blocking the goalkeeper. He didn't touch Doku. Before the ball was even struck, he was away from Donnarumma. Donnarumma had clear sight and dive towards the goal. You know, even when Robbo ducked, the ball still went over past him inside towards Donnarumma's side. No goal. So, if you say that it's offside just for the sake of saying it's offside and you're a rival fan, you're an idiot. Simple as that. And you won't get the time of day off me anyway. Oh yeah, Rob Austin, I totally agree, man. We haven't been great at all. You know, we were doing well in the middle parts of those 10 minutes to 12 minutes in the middle of the half. But no, we need to up our game big time. We need to play City at their own game. We need to start put pressure on them from the outset and not worry about the spaces or the overlapping runs that City are going to make. Because if we can take control of the ball, City won't get near it. And that's the problem. We've been playing to what City like to do, just to cover the spaces instead of just playing our game. And that's the problem. Mikey Lennon, I'm overreacting for you. I've 3 season tickets, you muppet. What are you talking about? What a dope. And you're following me, kid. You're following me. So what a stupid comment that is. Again, looking at your thing there. It says follow back. Thanks for following me, kid. Man, just saying I do these reviews. I'm on my own TikTok. Irish people can't make money on TikTok. If you didn't know that, on the creators page, we're not allowed to. I just come on there. So this is TikTok here. I chat to a handful of people that I know on YouTube. And that's it. So don't say I'm here for views. You're the ones coming into my channel. You're the ones commenting on my page. If you don't want to comment on my page and you don't want to make me have any interaction whatsoever, don't be here. That's the easiest thing to do, right? And don't follow me and then tell me I'm here for clicks and views. What a donkey. Overreacting. I'm talking all the sense in the world here, man. It's Arsenal for winning the league. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I did that as well, Dave. CHIESA tuna. What's this? Mark, I don't know what you mean. Okay, no, Van, watch this. I've missed about 150 messages as well as this. Not good enough, and how is that offside? I know, Jana. It is. We do have to up our game. And we've had spells where we played well, but City have really done well in the spaces that's obviously and MACCA normally take up, and the boys are playing too deep, to be honest with you. We're over counteracting a City team that doesn't need to be over countered. Will still happen. Keep believing. Ecstatic. On the front side. You see there now. It's like I just literally read out the rules, and the people on TV themselves have just said that it wasn't offside. So, you know. Sorry, H-board the dead. When you use names like Liverpool or Manchester United or Man City or anything like that, you get an instant ban here, man, because that's not, you don't got a brain, kid. I know Van Disney goal. There's another fella getting done. Let's don't use silly names for people in the thing. It makes you look like a bigger idiot, and I'll have no time whatsoever to have a banter with you. None. Well, we're offside position. Effective keeper has no clue. Exactly, John. Jamie Vardy hasn't said that for years, MS. Who's chatted shit? I've been giving nothing but praise here at the City this whole time. I don't know what you're talking about. Zinnia Mohammed, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I wasn't offside. Sorry, no, I have to check YouTube chat as well because this one's kicking off. Carl, what's happened to our press? We're not pressing, that's the difference, Carl. We are not pressing, and the City are counteracting that by filling the midfield. So we need to play our own game. United Teddy's says Manchester is wonderful. He's praising his opposition team. That's not my, they're not playing on your behalf, kid. That's a rival, Torres FC. Torset FC. Not Torres, but Torset FC. That's coming from a fella whose team is not even in Manchester. You muppet. Salford is not Manchester. Get done. Alright. I'm just going to start the second half here. I need to get this ready. Second half about to start, lads. I would make the changes. I would use the spaces better, and I would not play into City's hand. There we go. Mickey Lennon, you unfollowed. What a flip. Don't worry, I've got the screenshot saved there, kid. You're alright though. So since you don't want to be following me, you don't need to be here, do you? Yeah. You know. Ball. Salah. Oh my god. WIRTZ. Salah. Oh my god. Well done. Well done, Verge. What's the gap? Make a run. Yeah, no, I seen it. And when you say it's already started, like you're on my time in here, so if my time is not the same as yours on your TV, I'm watching it via an app, whereas you're probably watching it on the TV, so I'm a bit behind. So don't put anything into the chat. If you do, the mods will ban you before I see it. So. Ooh. Bravo. It's a great ball across. Gravenberch. Lovely inside. WIRTZ. Szoboszlai. Out to Salah. Salah. Ooh. Knock it down, that's it. Straight to Salah. WIRTZ. Conor Daly, don't worry, Mikey's gone. Mikey was following me for weeks and weeks there. Comes in with the odd little pun if we go goal down or something like that, but then when he gets done over with one thing, he tries to go to another point. That makes no sense. Typical 16-year-old banter. And SZOBO. Ooh. We're dangerous on the corners, lads, and this is where we can do them. We'll probably do it a bit of Arsenal FC kind of magic here now. Oh, that's happening in that's still under consideration, Carl. So or they're deciding what the punishments are and all that. Anybody who says Liverpool warns you already, Jamie. Oh, handball! What's that from? It's handball. What's that? Oh. No, if City are playing like this, right? Let's say we don't win it. If City are playing like this, Arsenal aren't winning this league. If City continue like this the rest of the season, Arsenal will not win this league. I guarantee you that. There's no way if a City team plays consistently like this, week in, week out, for the next 4 months, Arsenal will bottle it big time. A lot of people getting banned in the chat, lads. I'd say people are throwing in false scores, are they? Somebody's putting in something there that's... Oh, ball! Ah, lucky, that was a great ball through. Well done. Well done. Well done. All you have to do is go over and this ref will blow for it. I don't know, FT. Oh, 100% six pack. Everybody except for, 16-year-old rival fans have been saying it. Yeah. SZOBO. He is a shambles ref. Jamie, that's a thick comment, man. That's a thick comment. Considering that City have been given a penalty that they shouldn't have and they said that he shouldn't have. And they've been given a dislow goal against Van Dijk when it wasn't offside at all. You go get in. Oh! Good start to the second half from us. He's been playing well, man. Oh, he's going to get a yellow card down on Bradley. Kim out. Well done. Anybody but Bernardo Silva to score another against us. That's not a free kick in. Jesus. Jay, I didn't say nothing about City being the better team. I'm saying the decisions that have gone against us have been poor by the ref. It would be 2-1 right now if the decisions went the right way. I think most of United, Arsenal, Everton have been spending millions and millions and millions for a year and became more average for a season or so until they improved. except for Everton. They've been shit. But still, you have to look at it and call a spade a spade. Buying a lot of players at once doesn't mean that the team instantly gets better. Replacing 1 or 2 names improves the team. Replacing a hell of a lot of names and then expect it to be cohesive for the first few months. Like I said, if anybody's been watching my stream since the start, I didn't expect Liverpool to go on and do much of anything for the first 4 or 5 months in this season. I said if we could stay there within 4 to 7 points of everybody else around us, we're laughing. But that's hard, man, to do. You've lost Elliott, Jota, RIP, Nunez, Diaz, you know, some key players that played for us last season. Very key players. Is it? Goal chopped off that. It wasn't a penalty, man. There was no touch there. I could see that there was no touch there, but it just went by the angle. Constant. No camera showing this one where nothing happened. But it's already up around the place. Yeah, the penalty was missed, but it was still missed. That's what I'm saying. So it still should be 2-1 right now. That's my point. Oh, well done. Because that goal shouldn't have been chalked off for Liverpool. The missed penalty was deserved because it wasn't a penalty in the first place. So justice was served there. I guess Tom didn't like my my Everton comment. Yeah, I said 3-1. Because when we were on form, it can be 3-1. I have to back my own team as well. Neil, you're getting banned for that simple statement alone. Because as you noticed, Liverpool were never classed as victims. There's been a high court case against that. It's just assholes like you, man, with no pictures in your profile. Virgins still living at home with your grandmother. Drinking cans every fucking night is what you are. You pleb. You're banned. It shouldn't be 3-0 City. Missed penalty. The penalty wasn't right. It should be 2-1. That's the rightful score at the moment. Oh man, this fucking app has gone off. Oof, safe. Daku's been very good today. Where are you getting 4 from, legend? Madeline, thank you for the follow. Oh, jeez, took him out. Dave Webb, that's not. It's not too late. It's just, you have to understand we got new players in the team, man. They still have to sync up. Well, you know, you can see the Slot doesn't want to play this system. This is the Klopp system. He doesn't want to play it. The reason why we're losing games is because he's trying to enforce that his own system a bit too quickly for the extra players. That's what it is. Yeah. Kirk is going to come on out. Gakpo. Well done, Robbo. Changing that left-hand side. Oh, it's like EKITIKE going off. So that means Gakpo is going into the centre. Gakpo will pick up a couple of spaces. No, I didn't say that. Nobody slagged off for new players. The reason that Chelsea got slagged off is because they changed too much all at once. And that's why Chelsea were crap for a few years. They're a prime example of why you don't spend so much money at the same time, regardless if you have it or not. Just replace it piece by piece. Liverpool kind of had to do the boys that they did this season because the players that were at the right time to be moved on. And, you know, missing Jota was another big thing as well. I don't think EKITIKE and ISAK would have been at the club at the same time if Jota was still alive. So you got to understand these are like changes that happen. Miguel Roach, no, I didn't see the FAI Cup final, man. I don't watch FAI Cup football. I don't watch FA football. FAI. No interest. I watch Republic of Ireland, that's it. One brilliant. Bradley. Oh! Jesus, almost an own goal. It's not arrogant. It's a corrupt league. Yeah, like my uncle was one of the people on the board for Cork City as well. And he tells me he's just so corrupt, man. He's like, they're losing fan base by the week, like. I was a kid, I used to go down to them and watch it all at that, but man, it wouldn't. If Liverpool were playing at the same time, there's no way I would watch it. Like I would just, and then I just end up staying home all the time, or going off the games. Everton fans inside in the chat that are laughing at Liverpool fans for losing the game is like a homeless person laughing at you for losing your house keys. It's redundant. And one of the most bitter, stupidest things you'll ever see. You go on. We're playing really well now. Come on. Gapwa. Well done. Grass. MACCA. Bradley. Salah. Brilliant. Oh, yeah. Gakpo's got a chance already. Come on. Playing well now. Brilliant. The underlaps now are starting to work for Liverpool. Yeah, the alternate 4-3-3 wasn't working in that first half. The underlapping with the 4-3-3 now is starting to work for Liverpool. And the pressures, I know City are making mistakes. Finish, that makes no sense since he got 2 assists just the other week. What are you on about? There you go. Ooh, corner again. He swept on the rug as I predicted it would. Yeah, someone the fuck out. We go on now from this. Nice one, lads. 25,000 of you been through the chat here. 41 new followers. Appreciate it. And the way to 4,000 likes. Ah, Jamie, that's a stupid take. Liverpool won't be anywhere near a relegation battle, man. City have been the better side so far today, but Liverpool have improved immensely over the last couple of weeks. It was wrongfully disallowed. All the pundits, everybody saying it. And just a handful of rival fans on here. Everybody else is saying that it should have been a goal. Even Michael Richards and Gary Neville and Wall said it should have been a goal. It was disallowed. That's the side. Well done, Grant. Jamie, it's the same thing with United. They had over 2 billion spent and didn't make top 4 for years. Chelsea, almost 2 billion spent, didn't make top 4. That's what happens when you overspend too fast. We were forced into a couple of our signings though. And you're always, you're not, like if you're not, unless you're Manchester City that already had 2 great players for every position and just replace them like that. Once you make signings like this, which City did year in year out. Look at our Everton. Everton are the same as well. Spent fucking 650 million over a small space of time and got done for it. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Oh! Gone up. Offside? How's it off? We haven't been, well, we're still getting the results at the start of the season. We just had that bad run, the same period last season that we've had the bad run. It can't get any worse, that's the thing. And it won't get any worse. We might lose out in games like this, but it will improve. Ooh, that's the switch on the other side. Oh, Liwu, why'd you give him space? That's Ibu again. That's Ibu again. Too inconsistent, man. Libu's too inconsistent, and he's been the cause of most of our downfall this season, to be honest with you. That's a great goal. Daku deserved the goal today. He's been brilliant. Yeah, Ibu hasn't stepped up at all whatsoever. He's cleared 2 good headers, and that's been about it. Outside of that, it's been terrible. And lads, unlucky anybody in the chat who put the score in before I reacted to it, because you're probably already banned. If you spoil my reactions, you get banned. It's that simple. Score's already updated, kind of. Yeah, Daku man in the match for me. Yeah, Ibu's been terrible. Absolutely terrible. I expected a lot more out of this Liverpool side today. I thought that our defensive issues with Ibu was over the last 3 weeks, and it hasn't. Oh, what's he doing? What's he doing? PD, you're on my channel, dude. I'm watching the game. You spoil my game, you get banned. But sure, for putting it in there, you can get banned, anyway. Oh, you're alright, it's too late. You already have to get banned. The mods are already have to taking care of you. Sally Gravenberch, no, Timmy, I think they haven't been too bad today. It's Ibu's been the issue. Leaving the spaces. Gravenberch has had to come back the whole time to cover Ibu. It's still only November. Don't worry. Might be in a weird patch right now, you know? Switch the ball, it's not working. User, I agree. Please change your name to an actual name. It was a great goal, Philip. That's what he said straight away. He's man of the match for me so far, Daku. GTA 5 master. What do you mean losing to City? Is City a bad side? And Jimmy Connor says 7 up. Huh? I don't understand now. What's mean 7? You mean Liverpool winning 7-0 against City or against United? No, jeez, I would never say that. It's a lot of overreaction. We're coming up against a really good City side today, who seem to have turned the corner with the results. But to say that, it's one game, like. Well, top forwards priority for me since day one. Like, if there's a lot of changes we had to make in the one. Why are City fans singing about Steven Gerrard? The man left us 11 years ago. Over that. Usually United won't stay there for the rest of the season. They'll fuck up as usual, and Arsenal will bottle elite the City as well. So great ball. Exactly, yeah. Because I would have said the same thing, you know. Why wouldn't Haaland class as offside for the Doku goal? It's true. It's in the same position as the same angle and same position as Robbo for that goal. without blocking anybody. No, we'll play with. And that's please, if you're coming into people's chats, stop being calling yourselves user. Like, give yourself a name. I don't tend to acknowledge people that don't have a name because I can't refer to you by anything because there's too many of you called user. So I can't acknowledge you. Like, the Jama. What a stupid take, dude. Is it your turn on the village computer? Are you texting from the board? And yeah. Jeffrey, use is not a word. And use, if you were making it a word, would be Y-O-U-S. You come up against a better city side today. It's that simple. Yeah, Peter. 100%. There's been positions. Pep got it right today with those spaces. I called it. I didn't like it for the first 10 minutes. Then it wasn't Virgil's fault, dude. It's been Ibu. It's 100% on Ibu today. Virgil's just been doing what he can do. Missing out on Mark Gahey was a telling thing. And I think Slot was desperate to get him, man. Crystal Palace were just like wasting time. Where's... Helmet, thank you for the follow. Jamie, you're talking. Listen, dude, you have to go up because all you're doing, man, is just saying a lot of nonsensical shit that suits your own narrative. So unless you're going to come across with actual topics that make sense, we can't keep talking, dude. It's that simple. Yeah. He doesn't have what he used to have, FD. But I mean, that was going to come. Just for the last couple of seasons that Gerrard was there with us, like he was leggy, like. Do you know, even the time when he scored a header against Everton from the corner from Suarez, he was like tired then, you know? So singer, entertainer. How was it a plastic fan derby, dude? You're talking about the most successful team in England, yeah, dude. That makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. Liverpool's got the biggest history in the whole country. Plastic will be overtaken by an oil company that they've never been involved in anything, or they do get involved just once every 40 years. Oh, then it's not he's inherited a team. He's trying to change it to his own style and his own team. He'll get there. Like we're not United or City or sorry, not City. We're not United or Chelsea or any of these teams that just gets rid of their managers and win and prayers. We've had the same amount of managers in the last 25 years that some clubs have had in the last 5 or 6. You know what I mean? It's nuts. Yeah, FTA agree. Right now, we bring Chiesa on for a bit of chaos. Move Salah centrally. It's not 8 losses and 10, Mr. FIFA, yeah, never. We had 5 and 6 grand with SZOBO. Oh. And last year we had 5 and 6 as well. But we were walking the league at that stage. And slap you. Mr. P, are you a City fan, but you're calling plastic wannabes? What are you talking about? Who's the plastic wannabes? Lewis, that's very original there, bud. Again, Liverpool is a 92% Irish city. All the teams are founded by businessmen and Irishmen. So you need to learn your history, man, before you start talking shit. Playing poorly, legends. You pop back in, I see. Somebody got an automatic blocking from my thing for spamming, I suppose. And Mark blocked them as well. Once I see spamming coming down, my thing in here just blocks as well instantly. It also automatically blocks people that puts numbers in for scores. Yeah, Daku was man of the match by a country mile. I'd love to see CHIESA coming in. And thank you for the goal. Helped. Ned, thank you for the roses. Sabi, again, thank you for the roses and the hearts. Legend, no team who has to spend that much does well the following season. Chelsea have never done it. United have never done it. Everton do it all the time and they don't get anywhere near the top and nobody talks about them. Ooh. Oh, somebody else got blocked. Oh, they're writing numbers into the chat, that's why. Anyway. One more. Lun. Ah. Lun. Jones. SZOBO. Moore's outside. Gonna be going for cutting another corner. Oh, somebody's spamming, I suppose. I say 3, 2, 1, they're going to be banned. Yeah. You shouldn't spam that. Don't write the same things over and over again inside the chat. It'll just ban you. Jesus, lads, there's been some amount of bannings today. And it's not even to do with football. It's just to do with them trying to spam shit. Well done. Aaron is a very good manager, lads. He's a very good manager. He just has to be given time to bring in the system that he had at Feyenoord that he wants to do, because it's nowhere near the same as what Liverpool have been playing. And the problem is we're stuck with the likes of Salah and all of that, and I think that's a great ball. Verge! Oh. SZOBO! Oh my god, what a strike. Anybody saying Liverpool will finish is an idiot. It's that simple. We might be on an inconsistent bounce now, but we're not going anywhere, lads. We are not going anywhere. We'll be thereabouts into the season. This year, yeah, I did play ball. 20 odd years ago. Ball in. Ooh. Man, thank you for the follow. Salah. What's he got off down for? Paul Luigi? No. No, he mustn't. It's not run out of ideas. He wants to play his formation and he wants to play his style, but the lads just aren't accustomed to it yet. This is why he's buying the players that are going to suit that style. And Michael Edwards and them know that. That's why they bought these players. So there is going to be a transitioning period. There is no issue to panic about anything. You know? Very, very rare, lads, that people retain titles. Unless they buy 2 or 3 teams at once that are capable of doing that. Lorenzo, thank you for the follow. Yeah. Gakpo. Ooh, Connor. Actually, WIRTZ had a good game today. I didn't see where he had a bad game. He's been linking up well. He just hasn't had... Like, MACCA had a poor game today, but no, everybody's talking about WIRTZ. I don't understand. MACCA's had a poor season so far. Ibu's had a poor season so far, but everybody's focusing only on new signings that still need to integrate. I don't understand that at all. It makes no football logical sense. Oh. Verge? Ah, you need to hit that first time, dude. We've had chance after chance there, lads. How do we win against Madrid? We played well. Look, City played their tactics right today. It's all about tactics. Ibu's had a terrible... I just don't see why people are pointing out that Man City were better in the midfield today. And with the overlapping spaces, and I call that at the start, you need to stopgap those spaces. Gravenberch is too deep, which doesn't allow us to play a good run. Too deep. That hinders players like Szobo, McAllister and WIRTZ to play their game. Ah, Salah as well. What are you talking about, Catman? What? There you go. One more. Oh my god. Missed again. Chance after chance, lads. Could have been 3-all there in the last 5 minutes. Well onside. Pass it there, Salah. Fuck's sake, man. I'm sick of Salah's selfishness, to be honest with you, lately, lads. It's starting to become a hindrance. I don't know who the fuck you're supporting, man, but Liverpool don't do things like that. We don't get rid of managers on the women of prayer. Like, surely you understand how Liverpool work. This is great football from Liverpool the last while. Oh, it's gone. It's a corner. Salah needs competition, January. Stats now, yeah. I hope we do that double swoop for Semenyo and go back in for Gehi in January. I think it'll change our style on that right hand side, especially for the second half of the season. But he's still, ISAK is there for numbers, really. I don't think he's ready to play yet. He has to be protected with that injury. But he is, I'm surprised at how he doesn't get game time, man. Oh, is he off? He came back on. Joe Gomez is going to come in. Is Joe going to get a goal for us? But I hope he makes a point to take an Ebo off. Nobody's crying, Billy. I've been like, why are you posting something like that into the chat? Like, I've been giving City all the praise here the whole time, so don't be saying anybody's crying. I'm just talking about how poor positions in the Liverpool team, which I'm entitled to do as a Liverpool fan. Yeah, that's just saying there's not enough attacking options getting in there. And then you're not bringing him on. This is going to be a goal here, he said. No, it's not. Nick O'Reilly. Missed a chance there. He's gone back down with his cramp again. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. But Salah hasn't been himself for a while, man. He's just going to get rumours. And he started off well. But at the end of the day, it came down to that midfield game. And the midfield underlaps from City have been very good. And we didn't counter. We played a game where we came to try and get counter-attacking goals when we should have just played the game. That when we play against City, like Liverpool play, to try and control the game and do that, we play well. But when you come on and do that, it's just poor. So exactly, Car. Forget about today and move on. We'll be thereabouts by the end of the season, don't worry. Seen worse seasons, man, where we lost 5-0 to City at the stadium and lost out on a point in 90 odd points at the end of the season. This is what I say about Arsenal fans, man. Be very wary of what you say about Liverpool, because you boys will battle job it by the end of the season. If City are playing this well, you lose it to City. You might even lose out to us. But it's go on, Chiesa. That's offside. Well, why are you offside there, man? Well, how are you offside there, man? Exactly, Kim. No way I want to see Arsenal win it. Especially with that Gabriel and Arteta together, man, are two of the most cringiest human beings you'll ever see in your life. Gabriel fist bumps a header clear. It's your job, boy. Tell Woody White, Mama Dash Philly's done pretty well. Saved a penalty as well today. That wasn't even a penalty. I don't know what you're on about 1989, Snips. You know, we got 20 titles, dude. What are you on about 1989 for? How many times have we done that to Arsenal? It wasn't a penalty. Luke City with a better side. WIRTZ, why are you going after WIRTZ? WIRTZ is, I don't know what game you're watching, but WIRTZ is linked up well. The problem was having Gravenberch too deep. Because that allowed a lot of space in front of him, which took pretty much Szoboszlai a lot of the time and McAllister out of the game, which didn't bring in Salah and WIRTZ as much into the game, and definitely took out EKITIKE with nobody coming up the middle. Oh, the tags are working. So I have Liverpool, Livershite. I don't know. There's a load of them in there. I have Man Shitty. I have I don't know, whatever. I looked up a list of tag names that that children use to try and mock a football team, and the minute they pop up into the chat, they get banned, which is great. What do you want me to predict, Gringo? Man City 3, Liverpool 1. That's only me no percentage chance of winning the league. I would say it's 5%. John Summers, I wouldn't say so, man. I wouldn't say so at all. Arsenal are notorious battle jobs. City have been inconsistent. They can have great games like this, and then they can disappear. And we've, like, going by the second half of the way we played here for the last 20 minutes, we've been the better side. But they've been phenomenal then for the rest of the game. So Alfie, you mean tactical, is it? Don't worry, Richie Reg. I suppose you're a United fan. I put 50 quid right now, man, that we finished at least 7 points clearly by the end of the season. So I'm not worried. Yeah, Tommy, you're another one of those fellas that popped into the chat talking about Scouse accents. If you didn't realise, Scouse accents are Irish. You know your history, kid. Never come at a Liverpool fan from Ireland when Liverpool is an Irish city. I know, yes, it's nuts. Like, I'm not worried at all. And if you're a Slatto person, you're a fucking idiot. And you're plastic. You're definitely not from our area of the world. Somewhere in the southern hemisphere that reacts instantly. There you go, there's Byron, there's one of them. Luke Doku was man of the match by a country mile. By an absolute country mile. Evu poor. And lads, if you're a plastic fan and supporting, if you're a Manchester United fan supporting the city, you shouldn't even have any interest in this game, to be honest with you. Richie's just the same as I'm what's his name? What's his fucking name? Amarin Indian guy. Because most of the time United are poor in their games with little control over their matches. And they seem to be just getting very lucky with a couple of results. Especially against Liverpool, they were by far the worst side. But they scored 2 goals. That's it. I don't listen to people that put in the likes of Doku who's been a goat. The fuck are they anymore? He had a great game today. Deserved the Jones that was poor. He deserved the man in the match, but nowhere near. Who's never last 4 in a row? Who's never last 4 in a row, Byron? We didn't have a winning 5 last season, yet we walked the league. What are you talking about? Do you like live in just this like instantaneous moments right now? Do you forget anything that happens 12 months ago? 24 months ago? You know? Slat will 100% get stuff fully right, and if he doesn't and we're still not good enough after a season or 2, then he'll get looked at. What do you mean the Slat area? It's his only area. Like, did you call for Klopp's head when we lost 6 games at home in a row? 6 games at home in a row while having no midfield and defence, but you just went after Klopp? You know, it makes no sense. This is not a Slat's team yet. No, Slat's team doesn't play this formation. Slat has had to revert back to Klopp because the lads are not ready to change that formation yet. Or we're still too reliant on Salah and the likes of that. We haven't got the players there yet. I don't think he even wants... That's a great ball. I don't even think he wants Gakpo on the team, to be honest with you. I still think there's changes to be made there. Oh, somebody typed in victim. Oh, they got instant banned. Oh, it's 3 minutes at a time. So did United. They didn't do anything. So did Chelsea. They didn't do anything, Dennis. Stop talking, wallop, man. I'm talking the whole time, Paul. You've just arrived. The whole time. Evo, you're going to say we blame the ref. But blame the ref for what? No. City deserved the win that they got today. But I do blame the ref for disallowing that goal. It should be 3-1. Nobody's been quiet. You've just arrived, obviously. Welcome, though, by the way. Thanks for popping in. I've been chatting to everybody, every single fan base that's been in here today. I'm not blaming the ref. I said it should be 3-1. Don't worry, Les will be there or thereabouts. Emmett, you're thick, man. You're a small bit thick. You haven't been here. You've just arrived. You've literally just arrived. You've literally just arrived. So you have to go about. Can't tell me I'm being quiet when I'm sitting here talking to everybody. The whole fucking stream. I don't think there's been about 10 seconds of silence the whole stream. Nah. No, Daniel, nowhere near Aaron out. Aaron is a great City. Win it 3-0. Slot is a good manager, man. He has to be given time for his to blend in his formation. He really does. He's doing well with playing a lot of Klopp's players and having to do that 4-3-3 formation. He wants to do that alternate change 4-2-3-1 3-box-3 where it drops in. He likes the right or the left runner from the outside. He's not getting found out, Mad Max. He hasn't got the right. He's brought in players for the new system, which you could see that ISAK, WIRTZ, and Co all played the formation similar to what Bayer Leverkusen played, or what Feyenoord played. So that's what you're looking at. Okay. Dennis left the flat then, so poor Dennis has to go. And yeah, who's clueless? Well. Alright, bud. So explain to me. Go on, explain to me. I want you to give me full detail of what you think is going on there. Are you just going to blame a manager for, trying to impose a team to change for a few games? We played the 4-3-3 at the start of the season, did well. Even though we weren't enlightening anybody, we played well. But the minute we tried to change the formation into the Feyenoord style, that's where we kind of slipped up. Today's thing has got nothing to do with formation. It's got to do with City being the better team. That's what it was. So Canate was shite today, Connor. If you haven't do it, you have to go over it. Yeah, but Max, we'd no winning 5 as well last season, but we ended up walking the league. Not going to say we're going to do it this time because we're not as strong, but we'll be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. I'm not worried at all. Disappointed with the result. And what I didn't like today, and what I'd hold Slot accountable for a little bit today, and today's result, is having Gravenberch too deep and just letting the midfield get overrun a bit too much. That's all. We weren't playing United today, Keelan. Yeah. Charlie, oh Jesus, poor Charlie's after getting fucking band-aids, eh? He's repeating his... What? Upwards, Liverpool urge. What? What are you saying, Fiona? Yeah, 100%. Shouldn't have been a penalty, and it should have been a goal allowed for Virgil van Dijk. Now, that's not going to change the result. It still would have been 3-1 to City. But things like that need to be pointed out, because it could have been a different game if these things were done. We were poor today to a man, especially losing out in the midfield too early on. It just showed that we were kind of going for a counter-attacking tactic. And it was too late when you tried to change it, because the last 20 minutes of that second half we played well. We dominated, we counter-attacked, we got into the spaces when we played our game. But earlier on, too defensive-minded. We did the same thing that we were complaining about everybody else doing to us earlier on the season. We gave City too much credit, too much respect. DC, are you a City fan or United fan? Because if you're sitting... Oh, Jesus, now you got to go, man. If you're sitting here praising another team about the City, that's a bit plastic. Yeah, Charlie, I agree. We were awful. What did you want, Slado, Alex? Because it was poor decision making. Liam Craven, since the Scouse accent's Irish, dude. Learn your history. 92% of Scouse people are Irish. So, it's the reason why they have that accent is because they come from Irish people. Anyway, Brendan, I agree. Doku, not Dargu. The fuck is Dargu? When was he playing? He wasn't playing today. Doku, you mean? Nope. Won't be calling any season off, mate. We'll be there. We'll be thereabouts, no money. What then? No, it wasn't a pen. And it was a goal for Virgil. I didn't see any contact from Dog. I seen where his leg landed and I seen where the knee came in, but I didn't see any touch. I didn't see any touch at all. Dara, thank you for the follow. He hasn't got a plan B because his plan B is his own tactics, John Cousins. So as soon as we start, like I love Salah, man, and all of that, but because we have to play, I'm sure there's something in his contract that said that he has to play every week, man. And that's the only reason why we keep him signed on. But like, yeah, it was poor. But until we start being able to drop him and changing the formations to suit slots, like, because he likes converting to that 3 at the back while we're on attack, and then when we're in defence, he'll come back to the 4-5-1 kind of thing. So until he can do that, so yeah, I agree. That's the way I'd say it. It was a different story if we'd have got that header gifted. If we'd got that header given to us, it would have been the case. Would have been a different story, I'd say. Because we played well there for that last 20 minutes. We could have been 3-3 there from 75 minutes onwards. Just poor finishing. Verge could have tapped one in. Salah got a chance. Gakpo had a chance twice at the back post. But City were a better team, so they deserved it overall. Yeah, Neil, I agree. Steve Z, if you type into Google there, you'll find it out yourself. But got bummed, Manchester United FC, Riff says. Yeah, you did. I think you've won once in the last 10 years in the league against us or something. I suppose you're right, you do get bummed a lot. So yeah, I agree. I'm not pissed off at all. It's, you know, I think there was, you know, it was one or the other. If we came up with a tactics where we played the football, where we control the game, we control the passing tempo or whatever like that, we didn't. We gave City too much respect and they took over. That's it. Dane Ring, thank you for the follow. Michael Oliver, man of the match. I would know he wasn't. Was he there today? Well, I know on VAR. Was he on VAR? Oh yeah. Was he on VAR? There is no gap, Riff. You're the same points as us. Our worst form and teams having a huge ego. That ego is going to burst so fast, man. You'll see. You're going to see me laughing my head off by the end of the season. I'm telling you now. Laughing my head off. That's why seasons are 9 months long and not 1 day long. Joe, I gave all the credit whatsoever to City. So you're only after arriving, fella. I gave all the credit to City, but I said that the refereeing was poor today. It really was. And it would have been a different story if Van Dijk was allowed that goal. Or it mightn't have been. It could have been 3-2, could have been 3 whatever. But City still deserved to win today by a country mile, they did. No, it's not the disallowed goal. That's the crying JMB Webster, or whatever her name is. James, is it? I can't read it properly. It's the fact that it was blatantly not a disallowed goal, and yet it was still given. And yeah. Oh, Poach was kind of see. The man's got rid of the job. Nothing they can do that. Oh yeah, that I totally get it. It's totally all banter. I get the banter. You know, the only people I block in here are people that just only do emojis, or they only do they don't want to talk about the football or chat about it, or they try and throw in number scores or say things like liver poop or liver shit. You can't be talking to fellas like that, like random idiots, man. They were probably avoided at school themselves. Anyway, I bet we're not writing no season off, dude. Should we have wrote the season off last season when Chelsea could have taken over us by the time we got to December? Do you remember that at all last season, lads? It came to the point where Chelsea were about to take over the top spot because we hadn't won 5 and drawn 2 and 7. Do you remember that all last season? Same period in November where we didn't beat City this time, but we beat Real Madrid, we beat City, we drew against Fulham, drew against Newcastle, drew against Aston Villa, lost another couple. I'm not worried about that at all. The second half of the season, I give slack until such time as he can change the team, Aiden. Like to integrate the players that he wants to into that formation and gets it right, because he doesn't want to play that 4-3-3. Blam, I'm not playing no referee, man. I keep saying that City deserved to win, but that disallowed goal was not a disallowed goal. It's that simple. Who's old man? The fuck? Let me have a look at this fella. The fella who hides his own face on his own videos is worried about me and calling me old man. Liam Clancy. Show your face, kid. That's an ugly mug, isn't it? Anyway. Don't be fucking upset with me, man, because I'm handsome. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you do personal slander and it's nothing to do with football, you're already gone. Yeah, I think we'll go back in for Gehi, and you know, it's so fucking, like, Leone was so good, man, when he came onto that first game. So you know, there's a lot people keep forgetting that, man. I never do. I block him straight away, Stevie. Van Dijk has been absolutely terrible. It wasn't Van Dijk today, man. It was Ibu. Who's blaming Van Dijk? Van Dijk was alright today. It was Ibu that was awful. Wait, he was in the line of sight of which ball, Tom? The line of sight of who? I still think we're going for top 3. Ben Ward. To be honest with you. Why wouldn't we? It wasn't, well, I wouldn't say that's a lazy leg. Come on, it's a deflection. What about Ibu's non-block of Doku standing right in front of him? Twice. Fordu Village, there is no loss of 500 million. Who do you support? Guys, if you're talking about United that have spent billions over the last few years and still won fuck all, Chelsea that have spent billions and didn't win fuck all, Liverpool changed a couple of players and still say, like, Liverpool have only spent 189 million. People are forgetting that. We're not spending and then putting ourselves into 700 million debt like these clubs are. And then everybody's talking about it. Liverpool spend once in the last 20 years more money than they've ever spent, but they still recoup it all. So it's a transition period. I'll take that. I'll 100% take that. And there's another idiot. Well done, Stephen. But you see, I know DW93. I'm going to have a conversation with you now about that net spend FC. Do you think that teams should just spend money and not make money back? How do clubs survive? It's those kind of comments are the most stupid comments I've ever seen in my life. No team or no business or no anything wants to stay in the red. Who the hell wants to stay in the red? You want to stay in the black. When you make comments like that, man, it makes you look like an idiot, not the people that you're mocking. Thinks has to go, they're clearly not playing for him. Oh, Jesus, go away. That's so stupid. Dopeyism isn't a word. So, yeah. Aaron, you can call Glow Hunters. I have 3 season tickets, but I go over all the time. I'm just after a major operation. I'm not anywhere until Inter Milan away. But what would you know, man? Because you don't go for games at all. You know? So don't be turned around and saying that people are from... And you have to understand that Liverpool fans are Irish. Scouse people are Irish. Get that through your fucking head. What are you? Who do you support, actually, by the way, Anne? Let me know. Cheshire boy. Let's see. And yeah, and we made back 330 of that million after spending at DW93. We had to change, you know, that's what happens. You can't turn around and talk about net spend. Going against net spend and calling the team net spend FC is the dumbest banter you could ever do, because that is exactly where every club wants to be. Net spend, perfect, still doing well in competition, still doing well in leagues. It makes no sense. Very poor today it does, I will say that. Bernard, it's November, lads. Bernard. You know? Well, Arsenal and City are both capable of going on bad runs. City's defence is not all there. We just didn't capital. We just too defensively minded today. 3 years at a time. Some teams can't. Look, City did it well over the number of years. You know, they kept buying 54 to 55 million pound players that they could stay within the thing, and they did it well. So, you know, so they stacked full of really good players. And then when one went, there was still another good player to replace. The difference with Liverpool is that, you know, we lost Jota in the summer, which is unfortunate. We had to get rid of Nunez. Harvey Elliott was never going to step up, but they were still consistent players for us, no matter what. Because regardless of Nunez's poor goal return, he still had a good, like, 30 plus GA in a season with assists and stuff, you know, 25 to 30. And even on his worst season, he was sitting there with 15 to 20, you know, so it's the... No, we spent 500 million and we're transitioning a team. We're nowhere near worse, man. When United spent all that money on, who did they spend last year? They spent it on Hoyland, they spent it on Xerxes, they spent it on, who else there? Jesus Christ. Mason Mount, and millions and millions, and ended up 15th. It's the same thing, but you're like, that's what happens to you when you spend that amount of money and just don't change. It's just money thrown. We're trying to buy for the right positions, but it's still a conversion. You know what I mean? Virgil goal and Salah miss were signs it was never going to be out there. Exactly correct, County. I don't talk to people with usernames. You have to have a name. So if you're in the user, this number and that number, I won't talk to you. Tom, we got beaten well today, and City deserved the win. It's that simple. I'm not 50 at all, Chili. I know what you're talking about. And Shelly, when your picture on your profile is food, I can guarantee, instead of yourself, which is what most women do today, I can guarantee you shouldn't be the one talking. Anyway. D-Man, you won't even get a chance to say another comment, dude. If I've already seen that the ban has probably happened down below, I can't because I'm catching up with the chat. But I have names and keywords that are put into my chat that once they pop up, you're banned instantly. EKITIKE, Colleen. Yeah, I'm happy with the manager. So they said the same thing last year. DW93 and he won the league. He was there for the chat, and they were still saying it around November last year as well, saying, "Oh, Slot's been found out. Slot's been found out. Didn't win in 5. Ended up walking the league." I'm not saying that's going to happen this time, but I'm saying we're going to be there or thereabouts. City played phenomenal today. How would you say they didn't even play well? Jim Nutt. What? City played very well today, man. The interchanging passes, the picking out the spaces and the holes were phenomenal today. Jesus Christ. Tracy, thank you for the follow. They haven't got another. That's their level there. City were playing top tier today. But then they can go on and draw with Burnley next week. That's just the way it is. We just have to take the losses that we've taken and just go on and drive on for the rest of the season. I think the positions that we wanted to improve, which is Leone was one who got injured, and we wanted Gehi, and we kind of went for him late because we didn't want, you know, we brought in Leone knowing that he was going to be the next step up for Ibu's position, and then we didn't get Gehi or and Leone got injured. It's just such a shame. So you don't get luck with last minute goals, TW93. That's the sign of a team still pushing. We could have just, you know, taken those low blocks and just got on with it, but we won it. You can't call that luck. You don't get last minute wins with luck. Sorry, lads. People that don't talk and just throw emojis into chat and won't hang around, that's it. Did they get banned? Did it? Yeah. It's not luck. How is it luck? Jesus Christ. So Chiesa's goal was luck. Szoboszlai's goal was luck. Horse racing tips. I think City would win it now over Arsenal, to be honest with you. If it wasn't us. I know we didn't say he's not injury prone, Jim. That's a myth. He had an 18-month period where he had injuries, and then he played like last season for I think he had 38 games straight. That's just a myth. He's not injury prone. He just didn't have any pre-season whatsoever except for a bit of training in Real Sociedad, and that's not team training. It's just him being able to use the facilities to keep up a level of fitness. That's not match fitness. I said it myself once he comes in, even if he comes in late, you'd rather an on-form ISAK in the second half of the season helping out your team than, you know, bringing them in and rushing them and getting them injured. They didn't release these injury documents. What are you talking about? They'd be sued. And that's a lie. I'll turn off the clock timer there in a second, man. That's an absolute lie. They can't release these. That's complete and utter horseshit, man. What fantasy land are you living in? I'm not saying. I think Slot will come good once he can slowly convert that team to his. So I watched that Feyenoord team and I watched that Alkmaar team before that. They play really good football in the spaces, kind of what City kind of did to us today. But the difference is, you know, he hasn't got Salah that will tuck in and do that for us. Salah just constantly wants to run at that goal, and there's no overlap and run. Bradley is good when it comes to certain defensive issues, and when he does underlap Salah, when Salah does move out where he's supposed to move out, and but he's not an outside runner either, and Slot wants both. That's why he got Frimpong in, because once Frimpong gets going, he can underlap and overlap. And I think once AFCON happens, you know, you might see, but it's going to be hard to see Frimpong doing it. But he will be there in front of Bradley. Yeah, Horse, I agree. Horse, listen, tips, I agree, man. I think he was given promises, DW, that Newcastle went against, and I think that's what made Thingy angry. But there's no way that. What are you asking to see, dudes? Because I don't have. See what? So let's choose it now because we've got Thingy next. I'm not there for Forest yet. Oh, what do I do that at home for? At home. He's not in his line. All right, so the ball hasn't left Van Dijk's head yet. Robertson's nowhere near him. Looking at it here. He didn't even need to duck. He didn't even need to duck. Donnarumma was well beaten. Yeah, exactly, tax that. Yes, I did, Callum. I predicted it. And if we'd have played like we normally played instead of going for the counter-attack, it would have been a different outcome. But I have to believe in my team. So easy to be. I think, yeah, we're looking at that period of time where Salah's going to be used in bit parts if we can get the right player into. He needs competition now, and Salah should have had competition for the last 2 seasons. Don't keep repeating 2-4, 2-1. If I'm going on form at the moment, City to win the league, not Arsenal. Forest, you don't play us next week. It's 2 weeks' time, and you won't turn us at all. Make sure you pop in 2 weeks' time. For a second, you're clueless for thinking that Arne Slot is playing his own tactics. He's not. Take his chance to be more selfish. Do you know what? If he got the ball, Francis, from Salah, from the amount of times that WIRTZ could have scored a goal this season and he wasn't played in by Salah is ridiculous. I'm starting to get angry with Salah, and I love the dude, man. He's one of my favourite all-time players, but I am angry with how selfish he's been this season. I really am. So, somebody's after putting in a lot of letters. They probably got automatically banned. They did too. Said that last season. Yeah, but we did do you last season. You only did us that one loss after the international break, and we went on to walk the league. What are you talking about, man? 100% Niall, I think he should have stood. 100%. No, Forest forever. Your owner is shit. Your owner will be your downfall, and he'll be back in the championship before you know it because of him. Jolly, I know I was trying to change the time. I'm changing all the stats right now. If you didn't notice, I'm changing the badges and things like that. You weren't here. Why do people come into a chat when the game is well over and then they just think that that's what it looked like, or that's what it's looked like the whole game? Makes no sense. Charlie, I heard you. Don't keep repeating yourself. Oh, it's too late. He's already getting banned. We reach you and you don't be. I'm not bald at all, dude. I have long hair, kid. What are you talking about? And the fact that you're using, and I'm going to leave you around, but if you use another slander with mocking appearances or whatever like that, I'm not receding, dude. That's just a hairline. I'm cutting it that way because I've got it. If you're not noticing, I'm leaving it grow on this side because I had that shaved for years. My hairline's been exactly the same since I was about fucking 13, 14. It's never going back or never going forward. Anyway. Yeah. Alright. Listen. Forrest, why have you got blue? Why have you got a blue patch in your badge? Yeah, you're already gone anyway, Forrest. See you later, kid. Easy. So, Who said United was having a terrible season? Liverpool are having an average season. Yet are the same points as United. Make that sense. Slot's time is not up. What the fuck are you talking about, man? How is his time up? He's playing 4-3-3 with fellas that he's brought in to play his formation, which is normally 4-2-3-1 or 3-box-3 in alternate formation. He's trying to convert the formation to the team. He tried for a few weeks and it bit him in the arse because Salah refuses to play it. Gakpo can't play it when we play that formation. It doesn't work in there. Chiesa comes in and plays well, and then everybody's calling for him to play, but then we go back to 4-3-3 and Chiesa can't do it, then people are saying, oh, why is he playing Chiesa? It makes sense. Some of the players aren't suiting what Slot wants to do, and they're going to be weeded out. It's that simple. I seen that Man City forever. I seen that. City deserved to win today. Nobody's going to get sacked in the morning, dude. He's coming from a fella who keeps sacking the managers in Red Devils there and just doesn't stick by them. Liverpool stick by their managers. Slot won't go anywhere because Liverpool will be converted first to Slot's tactics by installing the players that he wants, which is why he's made the initial buys he has to know. We lost Jota, right? He knew he was going to have to replace Nunez and Elliott because Elliott has to leave even though he was giving him a chance to stay. But, you know, but that won't happen. Let's say, like, United fans talking about being above Liverpool for 1 week is the same. I'll say it again, like the same with Everton fans. It's like a homeless person laughing at you for losing your house keys. It just won't be that way at the end of the season. So there's no point in talking about it. He didn't spend 400 million. And some of the takes of these lads in this chat are so out there in fantasy land, it's ridiculous. Oh, somebody's spamming. I don't need to change the score because I'm changing the whole fucking graphics to the next game. What the fuck are you talking about? I can't get over the stupidity, lads. Anyway, where was I? I was going to... So, I change my graphics as I end one stream to go into the next stream. Anyway, so that's now I'm ready to go for the next time. Alfie, you're very stupid. I'm not Slado Sizzle, nowhere near Slado. Slado's a very good manager. Alex, well, that's why you like. Is it just like Gen Z or something that you're so stupid you don't realize the match is over and I'm doing graphics for the next game? It's so stupid. I still think we're top 3, Gary. This you can't rule out this Liverpool side no matter what. Of course you did, Busiso. Of course you did. Of course you stopped watching. Like, of course, because you're a plastic cunt. It's that simple. That's where you stop watching. Anyway. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't know if it's just the fact that technology has melted babies inside in people's tummies as they're being born, which is why we see a lot more stupid people today, or is it just because they're brought up on tablets, like literally just watching tablets and screens? So stupid. And technically I'm right that we spent 189 million in total because we sold players also. So And if you say that net spend is not a thing, lads, you're going to look very, very stupid right now. Because what team, oh wait, United does, they want to be 700 million in debt every season and win nothing. So that's my point. There's a reason why United aren't winning anything for years. It's because they put themselves in so much debt that it can't be covered. And they can't, but then it leaves them going, oh yeah, we'll spend we'll spend 80 million on a defender. We spend 100 million. You spent 90 million on Pogba pre-change of money in the market. When I say that's before the TV rights money came in, 90 million on Lukaku, that's the equivalent of spending 165 and 170 million pounds today in today's money. So that's how stupid that is, and then did nothing with it. So don't sit there and talk about Slot trying to change the team to his tactics, which is this. You're talking about a Klopp team for 9-10 years. So because I'm getting ready for the next team, Tom, because that game is all over. Makes no sense. No, you're level on points, United. Come back to me in May, NY. You'll see. Wait, we spent 710 million. Took to spend the 4. You're talking shit. Like the fact that you're talking to me now is going to make you look like an idiot right now. We don't sack managers like ISAK managers, Red Devils, and this is where you're looking stupid talking now. Coutinho went for 142 million euros. Salah has been off the mark. Look, he's on the verge of being changed. Come back in May, lads. I don't deal week to week. Clock tactics and signings. You're right, Lee. Imagine a manager coming in, taking somebody else's team and winning the league with it, then tries to convert his own team by buying players, but they're not quite gelling in yet. Jesus, I wonder how football works. Diaz wasn't a bad sell. He didn't do enough in the league. And he's been played in the same position in the Bundesliga, but yet doing the magic. It's because the Bundesliga is a lesser league than the Premier League. Simple as. So, nobody's touched you. Tom, you're coming in here with your opinion, but I'm countering it. What a stupid Red Devils you have to go on, oh man. What, you've gone into those silly territory and you're just thinking I'll buy that, something like that. I won't. Good luck. And yeah. If you're going to come at me with stats and say we're going to spend this money and that money and this money and that, and then I call you out on it and then prove you wrong, and then you just go out to say super stuff like that, you have to go like. Doku goal was great, but it was completely on Ibu to not step up. If United had 100 mil players next, yeah, United did. That's been United's last 12 years, NY. And this is why you've just walked in, you've literally walked face planted straight into a plate of fucking pie. Because that's all United have been doing for the last 12 years, is buying 80, 90, 100 million. Mason Mount for 70 million winning nothing. You know, Harry Maguire, 80 million winning nothing, and he's laughed at by his own club. You know? You're talking Paul Pogba, 90 million pre-TV rights money, which was 160 million in today's money, right? Same with Lukaku, still winning that. Your face planting into it, dude. Every year you win. Jesus Christ, what's his name? The fella from Arsenal, the Chilean fella, giving him 400k a week at the equivalent of 25 million a year, winning nothing. Bringing Ronaldo back at 25 million a year, winning nothing. Winning absolutely nothing. That's my point. There's nobody crying, fella. There's nobody crying. You come in here with a stat. A fella came at me with a stat. I'm giving him stats back. This is the talk I like to do. So, this is the talk that I like to do. And that's the way it works. So, if that's what you're talking about, if you want to come at me and say that somebody's spending this money or that money, I'll show you exactly what United has been doing for the last 12 years. I'll show you exactly how City have done it. I'll show you exactly how Arsenal haven't been doing it, but still spending money. So, Sam, I totally agree. United are terrible, and they're only there because of our merit. Not that United are the better side, but because of us. When we finally gel and we get going again for the rest of the season, the next 7 months, 8 months of football, is it 8 months? May, June, end of June, start of June. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 months. Well, in a way they have, because they kept buying £54 million players, but they kept buying elite players in the certain positions, so they had a lot of cover. We were never allowed, we couldn't do that because we didn't have that kind of money at the time that City had. But the problem is how City got to that point. So you have to look at the context of how people made their money. United were just allowing themselves to get in constant 700-800 million debt, and you know, if they didn't have the bank that they had behind them, they would have been gone into administration a long time ago. City is how they got their money in the first place is the problem. They spent it well, yeah, but they shouldn't have ever been in that position because they didn't make the money in the first place. You know, we were horrible today. City were by far the better side today. So anybody coming in and just seeing me talking about this, we're having a conversation about how teams make their money and where teams are spending. That's it. I didn't bring United. No, Lee, I'm not on about that. I'm on about the other lads. I'm like, there's other lads in the conversation that I'm talking about United as well. So people are, it's United fellas that are coming in saying that Liverpool have spent 500 million on what you call, but I said we haven't really, because I said net spend, we spent 189 million, and anybody who argues against net spend doesn't deserve to be ever talking about football again, because you want your team to be constantly in the red rather than the black. Yeah, so I don't see a problem where a team like Liverpool spent the money that they won winning the league and winning the first group stage of that Champions League, or the first league stage of that Champions League, on new players, and just spent it all in there. Plus, you know, spending the money that they've sold. I don't see where the issue is. Whereas they didn't, like, we didn't do that every season. Whereas other teams are doing it, like United, like Everton, like even Spurs, spending big money but winning nothing and doing nothing with it. So that's just the way it is. Well, I think they mean the fact that is when you spend big, it's a gamble and not being. Yeah, but Chelsea, Jesus Christ, I didn't even put them back into the sentence there. Chelsea is a prime example of why you don't just spend randomly, because they were spending with different managers that were just fired one after the other. The other prime example, it was United for a long time. Now Chelsea are the prime example of spending money wrong over that. Yeah, but they've spent it for quite a while. United or Everton have been spending a lot of money. Man, they spent a lot more than Liverpool over the previous. I'm not Slot out, by the way. Not at all. Jesus Christ. Once Slot gets his team, the right team for his tactics, and it's not all about buying, it's either trying to convert the players that we have, or like if we didn't lose Leone and we lost out in Gahey, I don't think we'd be having the issues we have now. I don't think Slot trusted Ibu. But he's last to put him in there because he's our best defender that's next to Van Dijk. That's just the way we're stuck. WIRTZ got his first year, Mark Memerson. He got two against he got two a couple of weeks ago. And yeah. Before COVID. They've spent as much since the new ownership came in. They've spent more. Yeah, Liverpool have played already. But I mean, that's just the way it is, lads. You know, there's nothing we can do. I don't know about removed Trump. I just think that I just don't think Ibu could do a bunch of games in a row for some reason. I think he's got these. So you know yourself, if you're playing football, or Van Dijk goal was not offside at all, and 90% of the people out there are saying the same thing. The other people that aren't are rival fans or City fans. So I still think we get top four, and I still think, you know, depending on how, if City and Arsenal just keep going or whatever, then we're not getting near the league. But if they do have a few slips on the way and we get our cohesion back, we can come in and start challenging them, or at least have a say in what happens. But I still think we're top three. No, the ones before that, Lee. The ones before that and this one. But I'm saying, like, you're talking about the Ancelotti. Ancelotti came in because he's seen that there was money there to be spent, you know? I'm sure and all of that coming in. So it's... But they haven't done so in the last couple of years because of the stadium build. It's just the way it is. And it was the same with Liverpool. We didn't spend for a period of time because we had to invest in the stadium as well, which was going to give us that sort. No, he didn't. But they brought him in because he was about to spend. But he didn't stay long enough. Because that's what managers like Ancelotti and Guardiola do. They can manage well, but they can't take small teams and make them big. But I agree. That's exactly where we're at, and this is why. Look, when Slot took over, and when the thing, even the owner himself came out and said, John Henry said, we're at a period now where a few of the players are aging in the squad and we are going to have to start replacing and spending money, but we wanted to get the stadium bills out of the way. So now whatever money is coming into the club is getting put back into a revamp. So, Conor Bradley today, only player who gave a sock. He did give a socks. Him, and people are slating WIRTZ as well, but I think he had a good game. He had a good link-up play with SZOBO. It's just that the runners where the EKITIKE was blocked off because the gap between him and Gravenberch left all that midfield way too open. So, yeah. So, and that's the problem. It was how deep. And that can be down to Slot as well, because only when he started changing over and selling the lads, you see the last 20 minutes of that match there, when, you know, if that was at 3-1 at that stage, it would have been dangerous, because Liverpool could have scored 3 or 4 there in that 12-minute period was nuts. No, we didn't scrape up wins, we win. You don't get lucky, man. I don't understand luck with winning games. I like late. It just means you're pushing the team to the end. Do you say that about United, who are getting draws and wins recently? Because they're getting lucky? No, because they're pushing. I'm not going to turn around and say United are very lucky because they get draws and wins. It's because they're pushing. I think Kirkes suits what Slot's team is going to become, Lee. I don't think he suits what Klopp's team was. So I think if Klopp was still in there, he wouldn't be buying Kirkes, because I said, oh man, if you go back to me on Anfield Road TV and when I was talking on Gris Khan and all of these, you'd see me straight away saying, oh man, I'm worried about Kirkes, because Kirkes for me is like Moreno. That he looks good in this side doing this thing, but he would suit Slot's team. But if we brought him in under Klopp, he wouldn't have suited at all. And that's where we're at. Oh, my camera's getting hot, I'd say. So we're at the stage where Kirkes is a good player in there, but he suits what Slot's style does. But the problem is Slot is still playing Klopp's style, because the players that are Klopp's players are not adjusting to what Slot wants to do yet. Matt, we're not going to turn around and say fluked a few wins. You can't fluke scoring goals last minute, man. Like putting pressure under pressure under pressure, chance after chance. That's not fluking, man. Come on. Cop on. David is going to be 1, Arsenal City 2, Arsenal 1, Chelsea. No, I don't see that at all, Sam. I think Man City are best placed to go on and do some damage against Arsenal. Arsenal will always battle the league, man. They will always battle games in the middle. Like, as I said before, Arsenal have never gotten above 84 points more than 3 times in 26 years. The Liverpool squad isn't big enough also, playing the same 11 pretty much every week. Tired. Connor, I agree. I don't think we're there yet. Let me turn off this camera here a second to leave it cool down for 2 minutes and then I'll turn it back on. This room is so hot. When I move to the new studio, lads, because we're buying a new house, it won't make a difference. Liverpool were leggy today, dude. And even when Jones came on, he didn't help the system at all. I thought WIRTZ was good today. I thought SZOBO was good today. I thought McAllister was slightly leggy. I thought Gravenberch was overworked, and mainly down to Kanate, because when Slot seen Kanate struggling, he started moving Gravenberch back, which it compromised what we were able to do in the midfield. And it's only when we moved him back forward second half, you know, and even Joe Gomez was getting up there, you know. But it isn't big enough, Chris, because we have to convert the squad. We've only, and look, you're only after arriving, dude, so we've had this conversation already. Liverpool they've bought a few players in, but some of them are high quality players, but it's still only a handful of players. We lost players we didn't expect to lose in the summer, and I'm not just saying Jota. I'm talking about Elliott wasn't planned to go anywhere, you know. Leone getting injured early on doors in the season was the reason why we waited so long to go in for Gahey. So, and it's only, you know, and at the same time, it's 189 million is all we spent from the sales and all of that, you know. No, Keelan, I disagree, dude. I think Aaron is the right man. He just hasn't got the players ready that he wanted to have ready for the formation settings. I think when he was bringing in EKITIKE and ISAK at the same time, I think he planned to play EKITIKE slightly left wide, WIRTZ through the centre, and Salah or SZOBO over. Because, I mean, you do that, man. You put ISAK in front of a 4-2-3-1 of EKITIKE, WIRTZ, and SZOBO, and that's where you're starting to play Salah, moving him out of the squad. And then you're not relying on passing it up to him all the time, or people aren't relying on doing it. So, because ISAK's not ready, Sam, he's not fit enough yet. He's nowhere near the fit enough. Ainsley, and honestly, I know. I know. Dave Keller, Liverpool spent actually the most the season. Talking United. Dave, I'm not talking about you. I'm responding to people that's in the chat. So people are talking about Liverpool. They're talking about the net spend, and I'm talking to United fans. So I'm responding to everybody in the chat about their team. So when the City fan responds to me, I talk to them. And when an Everton fan, I talk about their team. So no, I don't care about United, to be honest with you. No, he won't be fit by now, dude. He's getting to the point where he is fit, but until he picked up that thigh injury, which means he wasn't ready yet. So he's been set back a couple of weeks. That's all. But we should see the best out of ISAK coming around January. End of January, I'd say, start of February, that kind of way. Especially with Salah going to AFCON, you're going to see ISAK being used a lot more. Zokram, I'll say slot out when I see that his tactics with his team don't work. Nostalgia Bunker, no, we didn't. We bought names that suited slot style of football that he wants to implement. The same style of football he did at AZ, the same style of football he did at Feyenoord, and what he's feared for. So usually you get blocked out because Scouse accents are Liverpool accents, are Irish accents. So learn your history, kid. No, he had a strain in the leg, so that's why he's out for the last couple of weeks. Rio needs more minutes. I agree. Yeah. I think Salah's going to AFCON actually in a weird benefit for Liverpool. He has, but yeah, I think so as well, Connor. If you finish out of the top 4 this season, Klopp will be back. No, I can't see that. Like even John Henry came out himself and says, like, we do want to compete and be there, but we understand that it's a transition period for Liverpool right now, and it's the right time to make that transition. So they're willing to take the risk, lads, the owners and the management are willing to take the risk of maybe a top 4 football this season, but he still wants them, like, the goal is to go for the league. But if he's not going to get fired for not getting there. You know, Connor, thank you for the follow. Dave, thank you for the follow. So we're still in it with you. Look, if we stay within that 10-point period coming into the end of January and we get it back to like 7 or something like that, I think we're well in it. No, I don't like Tuchel's style of football. I don't like his attitude either. I don't think it suits the Liverpool way. Not at all. For me, Thomas Frank would have been if Slot was out to go, Thomas Frank would be a better fit, or Areola from Bournemouth would be a great fit. They have, but Liverpool don't want to go down that road of taxi. Edwards is already saying, because Klopp's tactics mainly got found out near the end when the lads didn't have the legs to keep it going. So yeah, they did very good today. He was fucking terrible, Keelan. Jesus Christ. Canati was probably the worst player on the pitch today. Kind of kitty. I'm a City fan myself, and I hear everyone saying Liverpool out of the title. That's like kind of vice versa. That's like saying the City are out of the title race in November. Who can say that City are ever out of a title race in November? Who can ever say that Liverpool are out of a title race in November? It's stupid to think so. You could say Arsenal are out of a title race in November, and even if Arsenal go 10 points clear, they're well capable of losing that. They're well-known battle jobs. I'll say it again, it's probably my 3rd time saying it this stream. Arsenal haven't gone above 84 points more than 3 times in 26 years. Let that sink in. City and Liverpool are well capable of hitting 87 to 89 minimum this season if they wanted to. Can Arsenal reach that? That's the thing. Can they improve to always go from, I think their maximum so far recently has been, I think it's once on that 84 mark and an 82 mark twice over the last few years. You know, that's nuts. Yeah, there's no title race in November. So what about Aikino? Aikino was going to say anything against... We can't take United pundits seriously, lads. This is the whole point. They've gone into... Like, the majority of people that are talking about United on fan base, they're the definition of a glory hunting FC fan base. Fellas that have been following United after 1982. You know? The lads are only said that... that we're there or thereabouts. You know, I have a lot of City friends, or a lot of fans, or friends that are City fans. Hang on, wait, bloody. Scarf is getting caught underneath. I have a lot of friends that are City fans, and they've been there for like 40 odd years as fans, you know. In 21, something. Yeah, Everton, and we're top 2 enough. Exactly. James Rodriguez was looking on top form for Everton, you know. Ancelotti was flying. You all seen what nearly happened at the end of the season then, like, you know, nearly went completely the opposite. No, I don't think we're out of a title race. We're out of a title race in January. You're not out of a title race in November. Christmas period is one of the hardest periods, and players lose a lot of what do you call it? Teams lose a lot of pace in Christmas period. Sorry, I was getting phone calls during the year and everything. But I'll never say never until January. And then even at that case, then it's time to turn into Chaos FC, where you make sure that you damage the teams that you don't want to win its chances. I don't know how Gakpo isn't starting. He's one of our starmen. Yeah, look, he's tried WIRTZ because WIRTZ worked against Real Madrid, and he has to use the squad right. But as I said, unless we're playing a 4-2-3-1, WIRTZ doesn't suit. If we're playing 4-3-3, WIRTZ... Oh, sorry. Yeah. If we're playing 4-3-3, WIRTZ doesn't suit, because WIRTZ is the man that has that free role in the middle. But if you can do something... Like, even a 4-2-2-2 would work with WIRTZ and Soboslai. 4-2-3-1, an alternate 3-box-3. 3-box-2-1. Jesus. 4-2... 4-2-1-3 even, in that kind of... He works in these formations. He doesn't work with... Who's that, Spencer? I don't know what. I am out. Spencer, thanks very much, man. See you later, bud. Ozzy, how's it going, man? What would you want? Was every lands against the wood or the capacity considered? Nah, I don't, man. I like Slats. I like where Slat is going. You see, I can see where Slat is going with these tactics. I'm not basing him on who he has to play now. Slat didn't want Ibu in there. He bought Leone and he got injured, and he wanted Gehi, so that there'd be a good competition. And I actually think at that point that Gomez could have been moved on, and you would have seen Ibu nearly even being third choice, I'd say, with Leone coming in for cup games. So that's what I saw things happening. Connor, I totally agree with WIRTZ. I'm watching WIRTZ the whole time in the pitch, and people, but they're going to judge people under GA, you know, and but he's not playing. Like, see that this, it's done my nothing, man. Some of the times that Gakpo's been selfish, and especially Mo Salah's been selfish, that WIRTZ could have had 5 or 6 goals by now so far this season. So, you know what I mean? So, like, I have to, and people talking about prediction, man, I'm not going to predict that City are going to win as a Liverpool fan. You know, I wasn't even going to predict the draw because I think City's defense is worse than ours. We just, because of how Ibu was playing, it forced Gravenberch back, left us open in the midfield, and City took over from there. That's why they were better. Anyway. No, I don't agree with Neonian. He's too young. He's too lightweight still. Very good player, but not. Yeah. So, very good thing. Lads, I'm honest, as the day is long, I will slate us in the positions that we are, but I'll also... Yeah, well, we didn't really have a choice to freeze, really. You know, the press wasn't on because we had to move Gravenberch so far back, but he's one of the guys that helps in that press big time. So, Johnny, I think there is a bit of a miss. I don't know what the fuck Van Bronckhorst brings actually since he came in. It would be better if it was 1-1 at half time, maybe. But look, at the end of the day, at that point with the 2-1, it should have been 2-1, and it would have been a different game. But you know, that disallowed goal was nuts. Luis Diaz's goal was brilliant the other day, and he's capable of doing that, but he just didn't do it for us. But I think Luis Diaz was overworked by his Klopp and Slat anyway. I think, you know, there's much more free. It's easier to play in the Bundesliga as well. Like, it's such a lesser league. Like, teams like Brighton and teams like Crystal Palace and all that are better than the majority of the teams that you see in the Bundesliga, you know, and that's the way you have to call it. He's a great player, but You know, it's the Bundesliga is not the Premier League, and we played him in the same position. So you have to put it down to whatever he was doing himself. Yeah, it's just not the same league. And Diaz will become a superstar over there. And you know what? Diaz will end up at Barcelona in 2 years' time or something. He'll do well with Bayern Munich, and he'll end up at Barcelona where he wants to be in 2 years' time. And at the end of the day, we'll have a signing on fee as well that will suit that, because we'll still get our 17.5 to 19.5% for him. So he'll make us he'll go to Barcelona for 140 million in a year or two, and we'll see whatever of that. I don't know, like we'll get 35 million out of that deal or something. So anyway, see if my camera's working again. We'll probably have time to cool down. Does I have to pop it up? The beep, the beep. It's making dinging noises. Does that even come through the screen? Wait, the auto ban and the mods and me, we had to ban a lot of people today, man. They were just talking absolute crap. Like, I'd talk to anybody about football, but the last thing I'll ever do, man, is sit there and have people coming in saying loser pool and man shitty. And like, I was banning Liverpool people saying that as well today. You know, it's just such an idiotic take on football, and I'm back. How's it going, lads? Haaland should not be taking any. Foden should have taken. Doku should have taken. Yeah, but it was easy to read because he does do that a lot. He goes across the keeper instead of to the same side. Yeah, I wouldn't. Beto had potential there, man. But if you compare two similar strikers like Beto and Mateta is like miles above him. So. You. I can't say that straight. But anyway. Yeah, I think Barry's a better fit for Everton, to be honest with you. Anyway, I'm reading some other chats there from other, because I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube. And I still didn't go live. I'll be like, I have 2 weeks now to slat out. No, I'm not. JC, I'm not slat out at all, but like we had this conversation earlier. He's not got his team sorted yet for his formation. He is not playing even his formation yet. He's been trying it for the last few weeks, and that's why we've lost. We've been the better side, but then losing like stupid goals and spaces, and the lads that he's bringing in the middle of the park, like Jones is done for me as well. You know, I just don't think he suits. He can play good spells, inconsistent. Like, I think, because, and I know he passes, and people say, oh, but he's got great passing, and he's got great, you know, he passes, he's got 91% passes out of it, but they're across and back. I can't remember the last time he made 3 assists in a row, or 3 forward place passes in a row without going back, and it's just, don't we know that? I know he's close. So, McAllister's been poor this season, but he's been injured since end of March. No, start of March last season. So he's never gotten back to that fitness, and he was missing for quite a while. And even the start of the season, him and ISAK are probably the two that you point at and say that they're having their pre-season over the last few weeks. You know, similar to Robbo last season, who was poor at the start because he was injured at the end and he had the tournament, but didn't get going until there. So. Jesse, you know, I still think if City play in this form, man, they'll rattle Arsenal. If we can stay in thereabouts, they'll rattle it. Arsenal have losses in them. They can't stay consistent. Like they don't tend to win 16 games in a row, if you get me. And as I said before, 3 times they've only gotten above 84 points in the last 26 years, even with some great teams. So it's just very hard for them to get that mindset of losing or drawing. Sometimes they can draw 3 or 4 in a row easily, and then you just see. That's 8 points dragged back straight away, you know? So, from other sides. I think Liverpool are more capable of winning the Champions League than we are of getting to win the league at this moment in time, yeah. They do look goodly. You know, and if they have an opportunity, it's this season, now being ahead. Normally they've been, as we said, the bridesmaid. That's what my title says. Always the bridesmaid. Like, no, it's not a bridesmaid to be seen because Arsenal aren't involved. And I wouldn't write Liverpool off anything. I wouldn't write City off anything, regardless of having City have started to hit form now. We'll get back into our form, and you're going to see a good run in for the rest of the season. I still you know, Chelsea might sneak into it, but they're very inconsistent as well. Teams like look at Sunderland and all that being up to second, and all of these teams doing well, you know. This season they're not going to be anywhere near the title challenge, but they're causing enough of a ruckus. This is why everybody's kind of down. No, Slot shouldn't be sacked at all. Jesus, no. He's a great manager, and again, once he gets once he can convert either the current Klopp players to his format and style, because that's the biggest challenge. It's not, he doesn't really need to convert WIRTZ and EKITIKE and ISAK and all of that to Klopp style of play, because he doesn't want to play Klopp style. He wants to change on that. He wants to bring in like Leone, which would suit his style, but got injured, which is so unfortunate, man, because he was I said at the start of the season I could have seen him taking over Ibu pretty quickly. And sorry, I'm looking at highlights here, football games. I said we're a bad at the office. Title isn't gone yet. Long way to go. Exactly, Poker King. Who's going down this season? I said at the start of the season, I said West Ham were in danger. I said Wolves were in danger, and it was but Burnley were going to go down anyway. But I just think it was either West Ham, Wolves, or Brentford. Two of those three. So yeah, I thought those two mostly reskinned. Yeah, Wolves, Burnley, Leeds over West Ham. No, I think Leeds will have the little dip now, but I think they'll come good. I think they'll get their 40 points, or at least 37 is what they need. I think it's changing now. Yeah, Brentford was one of my choices as well, man. As well. Why do you think Slot wants to change the style the season after it worked so well? Because it worked so well to a point, and we were still leaking goals, and there was bad averages. I mean, he could see dangers in the data, and because we were so far ahead at the time, you know, we could have gone to the stage where we won it like we did in 2020, where we could have gone to up to the 25 points at one stage ahead, but because you could see mistakes happening, and I was like, whoa, did we not win? Like when you see this time last year, as I said, we didn't win in 5 games in a row, you know, even after beating Real Madrid and City. So yeah, it was nuts, dude. Because he lost vital players, they had no chance. Captain Watt says you boys back. No, on the way back. I'd say just not as good as City today. City were the better side. And it was down to that. Look at this. Check complete, very minimal contact, no penalty. Yet there was no contact today for that Doku thing with Donnarumma. Like, no way did that knee even touch the thing. Because he went and then he threw the leg afterwards. It made no sense, man. Anyway, I'm still on, but I'm heading away there now, Sabby. Bourne got sent off. Wow, they're pretty soft. Didn't catch any of them. Yeah, it was never a penalty, and it was never a disallowed goal either. That's the most ridiculous disallowed. The amount of times that we got goals like that given against us last season and the season before that, and also disallowed even in worse office. Oh, that was, whoa, Brentford beat Newcastle 3-1. Roddy, you must have been watching the same game, because I thought WIRTZ was one of our best players today. I don't know why the fuck, like, why aren't you talking about Ibu? Why aren't you pointing out Salah? Both were terrible today. Gravenberch was being forced to drop back as well, leaving all that space in the midfield, which means we lost the game before we even tried, because we tried to play counter-attacking football. And it's down to Ibu, because he was so poor. Gravenberch had to step back and help him all the time. Haaland missed it. Yeah. There you go. I don't know where people are getting this take, but like, and it's usually people that don't watch the game or are too busy sitting chatting in the pub without watching the game that are talking about WIRTZ, because they look up and they say, oh, did WIRTZ get a goal and assist? Ah, nah, he's crap. But yet they don't see what he's doing around it. Like, some of his interchange and play was brilliant with SZOBO today. His link up with EKITIKE was great. But yeah, Which is nuts. Anyway, lads, I'm going to leave it at that. I will be back in time for the Forest game. I'm not going to a live game, as I said, until Ronnie Whelan, Divine Somewhat. Okay, hang on a second. Who you supporting? Like Ronnie Whelan, hang on. How much have you said paid for? Sorry, I'm taking you United. How much did United pay for Paul Pogba? Didn't work. How much did United pay for Lukaku? Didn't work. How much did they pay for Harry Maguire? Didn't work. How much did they pay for Sanchez? Didn't work. How much did they pay a year for Ronaldo? Didn't work. You can go on and on, man. You know, it's nuts when you think that he's been here weeks and he's on a 6-year contract. I'll be fine if he comes good in slots performance, because he doesn't suit a 4-3-3, but yet he plays well when we go 4-2-3-1. That's the difference. Anyway. You can be why would I want to be a Newcastle fan? Jesus Christ. One trophy every 70 years, no thanks. With the stadium and the money to do it, is what I mean. And plus, I have no affiliation whatsoever with Newcastle. Right. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, lads, we'll leave it at that. I'll see you for Forest. I'll be back then. Did I didn't even change that. I didn't even change the next week thing, did I? No, I didn't, because I did Manchester City one. At the next. Alright, Mark, thanks very much for today. Savvy, thanks very much for today. It's enough, lads. Bad day at the office. And beaten by a better side. That's it. Adam, thank you for the follow. I'll see you again for Nottingham Forest or whatever shows I appear on between now and then. Alright, good luck, lads. Cheers.
you.